So we should be live soon. We should be up. We should be live. And there might be an airplane hearable from my mic.
Yeah, here's that.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mark Reid is the first one here. Let's go. Do you know who Mark Reid is?
No.
He's this guy who keeps commenting on loads of people's videos and streams saying, I miss Mr. Puzzles. That's his one thing. And he's the first guy who's chatting at the moment. Let's go. Mark, you should totally join one of these streams. I still maintain that you're allowed on if you want to.
Hey guys.
Okay, so I've set up a watch together, so I'm gonna link that to you.
Alright.
Is that the correct link? That might not be the correct link, actually. Right, okay, so this should be the correct link, not that one. Oh, right, I think everything's set up. I've got everything I want to. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start, and then... Alright, I'm gonna start the stream. How many people do we have? We have 4 viewers. That's good enough. Alright, so hey all, welcome back to NoFap. Today is a very, very special day. 3 years ago, I made my YouTube channel, February 12th, 2022. That's kind of crazy to me. I've been doing this for 3 years now. And obviously my first video is actually a day older, so it'll be 3 years tomorrow when my first video released and I properly started YouTube. But for this stream, I thought it was only appropriate and only fitting that I got you're one of my first ever subscribers, right?
Yeah, I think the third one.
So I got my third ever subscriber, who's technically my second ever subscriber, since my first subscriber was actually my other YouTube account. So my second ever subscriber, Mr. Chrus, or whatever your online username is that you'd like to be preferred by. How you doing, man? It's been a long time.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been a very long time. So obviously, Chrus, my my second subscriber ever. I don't know who my first is. And obviously, we used to talk a lot on my Discord server, my old one, doing like the Revelations arc, but also just in 2022 in general. And yeah, you were very active in my comments before I set up my Discord server, and yeah, it just felt very appropriate to have you here for what we're doing on this stream. So to celebrate my channel being 3 years old, I thought it would be fun to go look back through all my old Revelations arc theories and like videos. Not all my videos from around that time, but a lot of them, because they're quite short, so we can get through them quite quickly, I think. Yeah, so I've in the watch together, I've basically put all my Revelations arc videos up until the movie released, and as well as some after the fact that I thought would be interesting to go through. I haven't ever rewatched these videos, I don't think, since they were released. Like, none of these, so I don't really remember them all too well. I don't know how well they hold up. I mean, it's not like my current videos, like my theory stuff, for example, is that much more high quality now. For a long time in 2024, I still use text to speech, and but I don't know how well these are going to hold up. I'm pretty sure they're literally PowerPoint presentations on a black background. I don't even have the space background at this point. So I haven't really got. I had a structure in mind for how I was going to start this intro, but I've sort of lost track. So I guess I'll start by saying, why I made my channel. Maybe I guess that'd be a place to start. So basically, I used to watch SMG4 a lot when I was younger, and then for some reason, just I guess the algorithm, I just didn't really watch it after like 2017. But then 2021, I think I got the 10-year anniversary movie recommended to me, so I was like, oh, I'll check that out, and I liked it. I didn't think much of like the story or like the lore at the time. I was more like, oh, this was fun. So I watched some of the older videos just to watch. I also watched some other videos that I missed out on. Like I think one of the first ones I watched was What 2020, and but then I started to like look into like the story stuff. So I saw like the dark web video where Zero returns, and then that's sort of where I got hooked on the series as like a proper like fan. Because in the past I just watched them casually, and so I would say I became a fan of the Genesis arc, and and so I wasn't all too active in the community back then. I think the most I did, and as cringe as it is to say, is that I used to write on the SMG4 wiki a lot, like in the discussion hub as well as on the pages for like Zero and stuff. So yeah, that's unfortunately where I got my start on the SMG4 wiki. I know it's kind of cringe. So I was pretty much active on that during the Genesis arc, and then and I was just watching the story and anticipating what would come next, and then I believe in early, I want to say late 2021, when the Revelations arc was beginning, like the Box Club and Niles appeared and stuff. Also I was always interested in the series after the Genesis arc. I was still watching it every week, but and I started to get my passion renewed a bit, and so I think I became active on the wiki again, posting like stuff about the Revelations arc, like theories about the Box Club and stuff. I'm not all too sure what I was doing at this time. I just remember I was watching the videos as it came out a lot, and I was watching Viger and a lot of fan stuff. But then in 2022, in early February, obviously, they did the bus trip episode where a lot was revealed about Niles, and like my interest was really piqued with where the Revelations arc was going to go. Also, we didn't know it was called the Revelations arc at the time, and but what got me to start making content on YouTube, what actually got me to start my YouTube channel, is when I saw Sybil's first theory video, the Niles one, as well as the Box Club one. I think that one came out before I started my channel. That was that was pretty much hitting a niche that I was in, that there wasn't really content being made for, which was SMG4 theories, because I loved on the SMG4 wiki to theorize. I know I've definitely made theories on that wiki, but just in general, I was really anticipating what would come next in the Genesis arc and the Revelations arc, and I was coming up with ideas in my head. And so Sybil's theory video, and I'll get the thumbnail up. Here we are. Sybil's SMG4 Niles theory really captivated me. It's wow, this is the content for my sort of weird niche that I was in, and so I was really inspired by these two videos. I think both of these came out before I started my channel, and I was I want to do this. I want to get my ideas out there, and I was inspired to do it through YouTube videos instead of just on the wiki. So you can actually find the origins of my channel on Sybil's video in the comments. You can literally see it read out right here. So on the Box Club theory video, I was I started my channel after that second one. You can see my first ever comment on this YouTube channel shortly after I'd made it, and they're right here. This is the origin of my channel, proper origin, right here.
Oh wow!
So if you go to stream Chrus, you'll see it. So I commented, basically in response to her theory about the Box Club, I commented, I imagine that the Box Club and Niles will eventually intertwine with each other somehow. If Niles has no memories of being SMG0, then perhaps they will cause him to remember. If he is aware of his past, he might use them to restore his full powers. Also, the club particularly worships a god box, which I don't think is SMG0, but rather his guardian pod, as they mentioned that when it opens, Judgment Day will come. SMG0's true form should still be within his USB, and the club's logo could be interpreted as SMG0 being trapped within his guardian pod, represented by the square. One final thing I noticed, doesn't their club logo kind of resemble the Watford 2021 logo? It's probably nothing, but I thought it was interesting to point out, no matter what, this club is certainly important as the leader is voiced and the boxes and logo are original. Sybil's replies, "This is a pretty cool idea. Make sure to sub if you haven't already." and then I reply, "Will do. I think I'll also make my own video about this probable college arc." And from that, we get my first ever video later that day, I think, the college arc theory, which is my first ever video on my channel. So yeah, right here is the origin of my channel, just laid out right here. Right, I explained why I was going to make it, basically. And so, yeah, so obviously, I think, so as you can see in the comments, my second channel was always my main account on YouTube. I can't remember why, but I made a separate account to make YouTube videos, because I think I commented this with always, you know, when I was writing this comment, I always planned to then make a video. And so, yeah, I guess I just made a different account to do that on. And that's why No Null exists. And by the way, if you're wondering, No Null means nothing. Like, it's just a weird name I came up with on the spot because it sounded kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, it doesn't have a meaning. There's no meaning behind it. Obviously at the time, my channel profile picture was not that. Does not look good.
Oh yeah.
Originally,
Stick figure.
no. Originally, very only a few days, it was this just white text on a black background that looks kind of blurry.
Oh.
This was my original profile picture. Obviously not the best. Because I really like the Box Club and the leader. For some reason, I like these minor obscure characters quite a bit, like Reid, for example, or Marty. Who were just like these weird side characters. So I made my channel like my sort of like my profile picture and sort of like the avatar I used on my channel. I based it off the Box Club leader. Originally it was a stick figure, a really badly made stick figure in Microsoft Paint. Eventually I'd move on from that to a avatar based on the Box Club leader that was designed by, I want to say it was 1620 Mario. That was his name. He was someone I talked to a lot on my Discord server back then. Let me just try and find it. So yeah, eventually my profile picture became this, with like an actual avatar that looks somewhat well designed. Although I just realised the head is still my original MS Paint thing. Now, obviously, a funny thing about this profile picture is that some people compared it to the fucking Sick Hail. It's really funny. That's sort of the reason I changed it.
Yeah.
I basically had an Elon Musk moment before Elon Musk had it. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically the origin of my channel, my name, and my profile picture, and why I created it. And then obviously, then made my first video, SMG4 the college arc theory, which yeah, I'm pretty sure I released this immediately. Right, I worked on it immediately after I commented that on Sybil's channel. So yeah, or released the day after, because also my channel is a day older than my first video, so I can't remember the timeline of events exactly. But anyway, so Chrus, just so people remember who you are. So you were my second ever subscriber, technically third, because my old YouTube channel was my first subscriber. And obviously, you know, you were a fan, you commented on a lot of my videos. Eventually I made my Discord server, and I think partly because I was hoping that I could talk to you on there, because I liked reading your comments. And so, you know, eventually you did join, and we had a lot of fun back then on the old Discord server when the Revelations arc was still coming out, like theorizing and discussing the series. That was a lot of fun. Obviously, eventually...
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, eventually you made a YouTube channel, or you started to make videos where you basically ripped me off. You were just doing TTS SMG4 theories. Doing the Lawson arc, I think, right?
Yeah, I basically became knockoff No Null.
Yeah, but you've taken down all your old videos though, haven't you?
Yeah.
But do they still exist, like privated or? Oh, you're like glitching out there. You might want to repeat that.
Oh, you're cutting off for me too.
Oh, well, you sound fine now. So what did you say? Because you were glitching out.
I was asking what you said.
Oh, sorry. Basically, I asked, how come you I mean, do your old videos still exist, privated, or and how come you sort of remove them?
Yeah, they exist somewhere, but I basically privated them because I thought that I wanted to start, but that hasn't happened yet. Maybe I'll do it someday.
Sorry, you cut off again. What do you want to do someday?
I did it because I wanted to start making different content,
Oh,
which I
right.
might do someday.
Okay. Also, by the way, Macroma said in DMs that you sound like Sergeant Mark. Anyway, um, so, yeah, so obviously, in the plan for this stream, is that we're gonna rewatch, all my theory videos and some other videos I made in the lead up to the Revelations movie, to see, how well these theories actually held up, see if my old videos are any good, just do it for fun, for nostalgia. And obviously you were definitely the right person, I think, to bring on for this stream. So yeah, I don't see, are you in the watch together, by the way?
Yes.
All right. Oh, hey, the old, I just noticed the old profile picture, the first one, is what I've used as the background here. Anyway, so yeah, by the way, what video did you see first from my channel?
I think it was the one called SMG Zero Theories,
Oh,
something like that.
yeah, so I think I rapid fired these videos out, so I think that was probably 2 days after this one. So yeah, this is my first ever video, the college arc theory, which I think compared to some of the other videos has a pretty decent thumbnail. Because some of my other videos are just image with Mario, the Super Mario 286 font on it. It's not the best. But yeah, might as well start. I can't think of anything else to say. I don't know why, but Mark Reader said I miss Battle Kitty in chat. That's not Mr. Puzzles. They're meant to miss Mr. Puzzles. What the hell, man? But anyway, yeah. By the way, I don't know if you figured it out, but the full screen this in the watch together, you have to go to the cog icon. For some reason, it isn't its own thing on the thing. Anyway, let's start. Let's see. 8 minutes. This is longer than I remembered. This has probably got mid-roll ads on it, because when I monetized my channel, I think it monetized all my back catalogue. So yeah, that's kind of crazy, because I'm pretty sure this video is...
I do not remember it being that long either.
Yeah, this is... I mean, I probably wrote... I think I remember what the script looked like. It probably was quite a few paragraphs, so that would translate using TTS into quite a long video.
Guys.
Oh yeah, my old text-to-speech. So in all my Revelations arc theories, I think the first text-to-speech I used was Swagmaster's voice, the Microsoft Sam, because Speakonia was definitely the easiest text-to-speech software to get. So yeah, but also it made sense to use him because he's an SMG4 character. It's kind of distracting. I think that's part of the reason I changed it, because I mean, it's not the best TTS ever, and also, it's a character from the series, so it's a bit weird.
Hey guys, it's Null. So, if you...
Oh god, that sounds bad. I swear the Speakonia, when I record it now, doesn't sound like that.
I've been watching SMG for in the past couple of months. You may have noticed a common theme among many of his videos. That is...
Wait, I'm not hearing audio from it.
Oh, is the sound on? Or... because it's definitely...
My sound's on.
Right.
Noticed a common theme among many of his videos.
So you can't hear that?
No.
Oh. Well, that's weird. I don't know why that would be. You haven't muted the tab or anything?
No.
But the video is playing, right?
Hey guys, it's
you should see.
Yeah.
Should see it switch to.
Yeah, it is playing.
So, but you can't hear it. Well, that
Hold on, let me try rejoining VC because I'm using Bluetooth earbuds. Maybe that's an issue because
Okay.
it's taking all volume.
Okay. Look at this old. This is us now. Look at this old banner for the channel. I think I made it. Oh, hello.
All right.
Okay. So I play it.
Hey guys, it's non-color.
All right. Yeah. Now I can hear it.
Okay, good. Yeah, old Swagmaster voice. It's a very yeah, I've not used this. I think I stopped using it and I changed over to the text-to-speech I use at the moment. After the Revelations arc at some point. But then I switched to the Boxman TTS I used. Obviously Boxman was a character from the Veritas arc, and I used the TTS I used for him in theory videos. But then I switched back to the second one, which is what I used up until now, when I've stopped using TTS.
So, if you have been watching SMG4 in the past couple of months, you may have noticed a common theme among many of his videos. That is, that many of his latest videos take place within Omnia Academy.
Yeah, this is just a PowerPoint presentation on background. Yes, I'm pretty sure most of what I say in this video is all, it's a lot of the same points from that comment I made on Sybil's video. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll just expand upon that comment here.
This is because it is very likely that we are currently in a new arc called the College Arc, or Omnia Academy.
Look at that logo I made. For some reason, I blurred the outline for college, but I didn't blur it for SMG4. That's a bit weird. Also, look at that Mario hat. Look, it's got like, you can see the white from when it was in MS Paint.
Yeah.
It currently consists of 6
Also, I represent Niles with the O being his font colour. It's a bit of an odd artistic choice.
episodes to become a god, studying for exams.
Yeah, I still don't understand why these weren't included in the playlist, especially the to become a god. Like, that's not in the Revelations arc playlist, and that still baffles me. Like, that's a very important one.
You're friends with Mario.
Yeah.
Mario goes to college. Mario suffers infinite detention. All Mario wants is absolute power.
I mean, I understand why this one wasn't in it, because he's just Niles is just a minor appearance in that. It doesn't move the plot forward in any way.
Mario's bus trip.
I
We
think
notice
Mario
because
Babies should have been in the Genesis arc too.
I mean, it sort of explains the intro of the next video, but you can live without it. It's not anything too important. It just sets up that he's interested in his past. So I can see the logic behind removing it, I guess. But I mean, yeah, you could have kept it in there and it would have worked.
these 6 episodes have a consistent theme around Omnia Academy, and they focus on Melanie, the arc protagonist, and to a lesser extent Maggie. The arc is following Melanie learning to control her powers, so that she can successfully protect her friends following her failure in the Genesis arc, and Maggie learning how to effectively coach. I imagine the arc will end with their graduation, and Melanie finally being able to
I
control
mean, I got that right.
her powers effectively.
I guess I got that right, because they're sort of inconsistent, because, with how well she can control her powers, like in the Infinite Detention episode, she's able to transform into it just fine, but then in the bus trip episode, she struggles to transform into it, so it's sort of inconsistent how they portray her skill with it, but yeah, that's basically what happens. I got that right.
Yeah.
Which will likely come after one final trial, a rematch with SMG0,
Yes, I got that right too.
likely in order to protect her friends again. The Genesis arc
This is like an original sort of image I made to represent the Genesis arc. It's annoying looking back at this because the Genesis arc text is just slightly like off, like slanted incorrectly compared to the screen, and it annoys me a bit, even though it's such a small detail.
left questions unanswered, such as around SMG-Zero's backstory. We still don't know what happened to his universe and avatar, why he became a virus, how SMG wanted to know about.
They never answer this. They never answer how they know about him. It's just something they forget about.
Yeah, or where they hide the USBs.
I mean, that is addressed. I'll get onto it later, but obviously, you know, we all know a problem with like the Puzzle Vision saga is that the movie and the arc don't explain previous events that happened in the 2023 movies. Well, that's always been a problem with SMG4 stuff, like the the Revelations arc doesn't explain some of the questions from the Genesis arc. It sort of just leaves those things out, or it sort of slightly retcons stuff that happened in the Genesis arc. So this sort of problem of not planning the story through properly has always been an issue with the channel. It's just obviously back then it wasn't so bad, because at least the stuff we did get was pretty good, and they usually answered some of the more important questions.
Created the SMGs and USPs, and for what purpose?
USPs.
Created the SMGs and USPs, and for what purpose?
Oh yeah, they never explained that, why the SMGs and USBs and stuff, why those were created. Never explained that.
So much stuff points to the return of SMG-0, as I'll discuss, and this whole arc is a consequence of his arrival, so I see no reason to doubt he will return in this arc. It would also be a good way to cap off Melanie's arc, as SMG-0 is the reason she wants to get stronger. Now, how will SMG-0 return? This arc seems to be...
Oh, look at my artwork, my original artwork. Oh my god, look at Niles. Look at that representation. Like, you've got the very basic stuff in there, I guess. He has 3 fingers. Oh my god.
Building up to 2 antagonists. Firstly, Niles. He is almost certainly SMG-0 to some extent. His hands are identical. He is a purplish color. He has powers.
Interesting thing, I was not convinced at all that Niles was like SMG-0 or related to him in any way. I didn't suspect that at all, although I had heard people talking about it. It was after watching Viger's reaction to the bus trip episode, and he pointed out how Niles, you know, that has nil in it, and nil is, you know, a synonym for 0, and that's my oh shit. That was my oh shit moment. Like, oh shit, this is 0. So yeah, that's sort of the. Also, God, why did I get that? I was working from my server. Oh wait, I just got a Discord message. But yeah, that's sort of how I sort of reached that conclusion. And obviously, you know, looking back, right after I figured that out, it was sort of obvious. Like, yeah, his hands having 3 fingers feels like a very obvious. Reference to 0, so...
For me, it was when someone pointed out him only having 1 eye.
You see, that was something I thought, oh, that could be, like, a hint, but I wasn't actually convinced that meant anything. I just thought it was a design choice, but then obviously it was actually intentional, as would later be revealed, and so I was sort of proven wrong in my skepticism.
Nothing is known about his backstory or motive.
Also, that, you know, definition is from Bing, because Bing and Microsoft Edge are superior to Google Chrome and Google.
And he has only interacted with Melanie, the one who killed SMG-0. However, whether he remembers who he is or not, we can't be sure.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly clear what was going on with him, so I think I originally thought at this time that he might be a good guy and that he might not actually remember what happened to him, and he sort of just and also I definitely didn't think he was a figment of Melanie's imagination yet, and so yeah, I sort of had a lot of different sort of ideas for his what could be up with him. So I can't remember, but obviously I thought he was like he is like a remnant of 0 who somehow survived and like just ended up in the SMG4 universe or something.
We know from the bus trip episode that he wants to help Melanie control her powers. which makes it appear that he probably doesn't remember being Zero. However, perhaps he does remember and has become fascinated with the one who killed him, wanting to train her so that they can have a rematch in their strongest forms.
Yeah, I mean that's my explanation before, you know, we knew that he wanted to take over her body and needed her to have mastered her powers first.
Alternatively, he may be a reincarnation of Zero who remembers nothing, but has retained Zero's evilness to some extent, which explains the bullying.
This is a Sybil's thumbnail, but it's really pixelated because it's been obviously sized up. It's just, I couldn't find a better image to present him being Zero in some way.
One theory I also remember seeing is people thinking he was Axel.
Yes, I remember that. I saw someone in a theory video suggest he was like a mix of Zero and Axel. I don't know where that came from, to be honest, other than they died
I never
together.
really got that.
Yeah, that was just weird to me.
While either having compassion as well in this form, likely, because it isn't a virus like SMG0's original form.
Something I bring up a lot is how Zero was a virus. Like he was supposed, what he was a virus. At least that's what we were told in the 10-year anniversary movie. So that's something I bring up a lot. But it's sort of an aspect of his character they never like explore after the Genesis arc, like that he's technically like a virus, and that's what his being is. And that's my fan canon reason as to why like he would have actually been able to like actually kill Mario, because obviously Mario dies all the time and he's fine. So my theory was that because Zero is a virus who's external from the universe, he would actually be able to destroy Mario, like his like code or something, and that's how he's able to kill avatars, and actually destroy universes. And you know, I think that is the idea behind his character, like that they came up with as to why he would actually pose a threat to the existence of the universe. And but obviously they never confirmed that, and I wish they kind of did.
Had become.
I think that would explain it pretty well.
Yeah.
Combination of both Axel and.
Oh wait, I do mention this theory, right?
Or this form is a combination of both Axel and SMG0.
I don't think I believe this. I was just bringing it up as a point. But yeah, but how does that make any sense? Like, what attributes of Axel did Niles have? He did nothing for him.
Yeah.
Explaining his compassion and also why he is drawn to help Melanie. Another explanation for his intentions could be that SMG0 intends to infiltrate the main cast in order to spring a surprise attack.
One of my problems with the Revelations arc is it's too short. I kind of wish, I mean obviously Niles, you know, I like how he's like in Melanie's mind, but like I kind of wish he got way more like screen time, like way more normal episodes that don't necessarily move the plot forward, like the Absolute Power video, where he's just there and sort of establishes his relationship with Melanie more solidly and her connection to him, and so like his betrayal has more impact, because it is a very good reveal and it's quite impactful. But you know, they could have made it even more impactful, especially if they didn't do the imagination thing, and he was actually interacted with the whole cast, and he actually became like a main character, and he like literally infiltrated the main cast. That would have been awesome. But obviously, I know they wouldn't have done that because that would have probably taken like a year, or at least like a lot longer than the Revelations arc was, to set up. But that could have been cool.
I feel like the God Box should have had more build up. Because I feel like the way they just suddenly made it important was like a little out of nowhere back then.
Yeah, it does come out of nowhere, that lore. And obviously it's not built up at all in the Genesis arc. And obviously because the God Box by the bus trip episode was not obviously the Box Club talked about it, but it was not something that had been explained yet. As like a separate entity that exists. And so I know in this video, as well as in that comment, I suggest that the Box Club are worshipping SMG0's USB, because obviously we don't know what the God box is yet at this point. And yeah, I kind of like the idea that they were worshipping the USB. I'll go into it in this video as the explanation, but it would have more linked the Box Club and Zero together, because in the Revelations arc, it's just sort of the Box Club are for some reason worshipping the God Box, which is obviously related to Zero. But obviously raises the question of how they know about the God Box, which is this thing outside the universe. And it's just a kind of a, like, I guess, contrived way of linking what the Box Club want with what Zero wants. I don't know, it's kind of weird how they go about it.
Yeah.
Say, the Box Club and their leader. The Box Club logo features an O in the center, and they worship a god box.
I really like what they did with the Box Club, though, like very, very subtly hinting that they had a connection to Zero with this logo.
This makes it very likely they worship SMG0.
Yeah, I was off about that.
Furthermore, the leader says we crusade for the day the God Box is opened.
I don't know if Sybil's picked up on this, but I picked up on the God Box, like this thing they worship. And yeah, I at that time there's nothing else to go off except possibly the USB. That's the only thing that made sense to me, because I mean it's like a box-like thing.
And from its divine packaging, Judgment Day will descend and finally take us to a new paradise. This makes me believe the God Box in particular isn't SMG0, but likely his guardian pod, as it is a rectangular shape and can be opened. Like a box, the logo also features a box around the O, as if it is trapped within, similar to how SMG0's true form is still trapped within his guardian pod.
Obviously, back then it wasn't too clear what happened to Zero's original body when he took over Axel's body, and so I thought his body, like how he would return, because obviously before we knew about the God Box, is that his soul would re-enter his old body, and that's how he'd be revived. And obviously, the Box Club logo doesn't have any deeper meaning than it represents the God Box and like the symbol on it, but like this explanation I came up with as to what the logo could mean was really cool, and I kind of wish that is what happened, because that actually has some interesting meaning to it. It's like, yeah, the O represents Zero being trapped his body being trapped in the USB. Well, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that.
The reason they likely worship SMG0 is because the leader saw the events of SMG4, the final piece, which him believing its events were Judgment Day and the portal to the new universe in the sky was this new paradise.
See how well I linked my theory into like how he would know what his dialogue from the college episode? Like
that actually makes sense.
Like, not only does it make sense as to why he would know about all the stuff he knows about, if my thing was correct, but I just really like it how it links back to these other events. How I linked this like probably dialogue that they made that wasn't really meant to mean much, and I actually gave it a lot of meaning, like the Judgment Day thing and the new paradise thing. Like, I don't know, man. I like what I came up with quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, that's just such an interesting way to link that dialogue into like past events.
Likely doesn't actually know anything about SMG0, and so doesn't know he is evil. Finally, SMG wanting to return in his arc as professors at Omnia Academy.
Yeah, something odd about the return. So obviously, the end of Genesis arc, they have this big goodbye scene where it seems like they're going to be gone for a while, and they've gone somewhere far away to hide the USBs. But then they just suddenly return 3 months later in like a normal episode. It's kind of weird. They had this big goodbye, and it didn't really mean anything because they obviously didn't make the Revelations arc. Like, they hadn't planned it out when they were making the Genesis arc, and this is one of the many examples of that, because this sort of undermines that goodbye scene and the importance of them hiding the USBs.
And SMG4 they re-explain how mem energy works, so I doubt this was for no reason. I imagine mem energy will once again have some...
Yeah, the TTS, man, at this time I didn't care too much about making it pronounce things correctly, so we get mem and usps.
Thing to do with this arc. Here's how I predict this arc will go. Niles will train Melanie, with them gradually becoming close friends, while Mario...
I mean, that's sort of what is implied to happen, but we don't see that development much on screen. So yeah, the Revelations arc, biggest flaw, it should have been longer. Should have had more episodes where they just establish Niles' relationship with Melanie more.
He kind of spent more time bullying her first.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have also, like, his sort of like a fake character arc into becoming a nicer guy should have gone on longer so that you're more likely to like him more.
Try to, annoyingly, find SMG Zero's in order to open the God Box. This will likely result in them finding wherever SMG 1 and 2 hid the USPs, although they may not actually be in the SMG 4 universe, as they were removed from the universe.
Yeah, this is an odd thing. They did this scene at the end of the Genesis arc where he removes USBs from, you know, the computer, like in real life, which is, you know, kind of signifying at the end of, you know, the whole Genesis arc. Well, I guess that's what that scene was meant to represent. It was like finally putting all this stuff to rest. And so he removes the USBs, which we know should, like, remove it from the universe and, like, send it, like, away. Like how we see when he removes one's USB from the Toy Kingdom. But no, for some reason they still exist digitally in the you know, SMG4 universe, even though they were physically removed from the computer. It doesn't make much sense. Again, they didn't plan this out, did they? They probably, I don't know, man.
Oh yeah. They also never explained why SMG2 doesn't have a USB.
Well, I mean, the only problem with that, because obviously we know, you know, that's one's USB, the white and black one. So it could be explained by just that USB. Yeah, there isn't. They never bring it up. You know, I guess the way I would explain it away, you know, the like bad writing decision away, is that, you know, SMG2's USB was just left in the old computer where he didn't take that one out for some reason, and so, or he took it out before the day he arrived, not the day, the other universe, like the events of that flashback. He removed that USB before then for some reason. But again, this is not a very good cope reason.
Yeah.
Like, they just did not explain it because I guess they didn't want to make. To be fair, but they didn't need another USB. There was already 4. That was enough. Like, the 5 would have been quite a lot. And so I understand for like story reasons why they didn't bother to include it, because it would have just been too much. That was unnecessary. But I don't know. It's a bit annoying. Just this unanswered lore thing. That's just basically a plot hole, basically.
1 and 2 probably just shared that one.
Yeah, I know people suggest that all the time. It's like, actually, they just shared that USB. But that's not the case, because SMG1 refers to the white and black one as his Guardian pod. So it's his. And so, yeah, let's just never explain it. Let's never explain. Like, all it would have taken was, like, to show SMG2's USB in the computer as well or something, when he would take out the USB after the computer corrupted, or I think that's what happened, yeah. Like, they could have just done that, or I don't know, but I guess that would have meant physically making the USB in real life, like they have here, so maybe they just didn't want to do that, I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Life at the end of WotC 2021. However, the Box Club will likely find that they have no idea how to open it.
So I kind of like this story where they go search for the God Box, which they don't know is Zero's USB, but, you know, they know what it looks like because the Box Club leader witnessed the events of, you know, the WotC 2021. Or maybe, I mean, there's a bit of a flaw with this idea that I had, is, you know, why would he go after this USB specifically and not all the USBs? But, you know, we can run with it. It doesn't matter too much. You know, so I kind of like this. So obviously in the Revelations arc, I guess it's implied that Niles, through Melanie, tells them about meme energy and that they need to summon a ship. I mean, that would be the only reason I can think of as to why they would then know to harness meme energy and make a ship. But obviously they never show Niles explaining this to the Box Club leader. And so this would have been a way more natural way to do things, where they go look for this thing they vaguely know of. It's like, yeah, it's this big USB, and then, you know, they go and they find it where SMG1 and 2 hid it. I don't know, I kind of like that more than they all of a sudden know how to harness meme energy, and they need to make they know they need to make this ship and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maggie may become suspicious of Niles due to his strange character. Eventually...
Yeah, obviously that was back before. I don't think I'd even seen the theory that he was not real yet. I think I see that later, and then I make a video on it.
These two separate stories will intertwine, likely with Niles using the Box Club to reconnect with his true form within the USP to regain his power, if he is aware of his past, or the Box Club's discovery of Zero's USP will trigger his memories to come back. Either way, Niles and the Box Club will team up, and it will likely result in SMG-0 returning in full strength, possibly in a corrupted form of Niles, similar to X-Zero Null. That would
have been cool. I mean, we kind of get that with his eye, but that's about it. I kind of like this idea where the Box Club would actually play a more significant role. Like, obviously, because the Box Club leader gets killed off immediately in the Revelations movie, which made me kind of sad, because I'd based my whole YouTube channel, like, aesthetic around him, and my avatar was represented by him, so he's just killed off in the first, 8 minutes, and that was kind of sad.
Kind of disappointing.
Yeah, and obviously the Box Club, after the absolute betrayal, don't play any role. They just appear at the end in infinite detention, being ordered around by Slag and Chrus. That's the last we see of them. They don't actually play any role in the movie. So having them be Zero's minions, that would have been cool. They just straight up become a Zero cult. I think that would have been cool.
Zero seemingly doesn't want to fight with his true form, as it is a massive target and led to his temporary entrapment in the Toy Kingdom.
That's my headcanon as to why he takes over Axel's body, and, instead of just coming out the USB in his original form when he lands in the SMG4 universe, it's because he knows he's vulnerable to just be trapped in the USB again, because he's a big target and stuff. And so he takes over Axel's body because he knows they won't trap him in a USB again, because obviously, he's Axel too, so they'd be condemning Axel to a fate of being locked away. And so I think I wish they confirmed this in the Genesis arc, but I would imagine that's his strategy. That's why he takes over Axel. I think that actually makes a lot of sense.
Probably.
The Box Club will probably realize that SMG-0 is evil and will likely turn on him, although I could see them remaining loyal to him and serving him until the bitter end. If any character is likely to die in this arc, other than Niles/SMG-0, it will probably be the leader.
I called that.
Yep, that was right.
It would have been so cool if he actually, he aided Zero, but then he realised, actually, no, you're bad, and then he betrayed him, and then he died, sacrificing himself. That'd be something to do with him. Just something with his character to do.
Sacrificing himself.
I know the Box Club were just introduced as basically a plot device to basically give Zero the ship. That's basically the only purpose they serve in the Revelations arc, because obviously after that point they obviously had no idea what to do with the Box Club leader, and so they just had him killed off at the beginning to, I guess, show off the God Box's power. I guess that's sort of it. That's the purpose that the Box Club leader and the Box Club sort of serve, which is not a very big role, not a very important role. I kind of wish the idea where they worship the 007 and they accidentally revive Zero, that would have given their purpose in the narrative just a way bigger importance to the narrative. They're sort of irrelevant really when you think about it. They just don't do much in the plot to move things forward. It's kind of sad. They just introduce the law of the God Box. They give Zero, they're tricked into giving him the ship that he uses to fly to the God Box. That's basically all they do. That's the only...
They only really get 2 episodes of importance.
They don't get very much. Again, this is why the Revelations arc was too short. everything in that arc needed more screen time, from characters to like lore stuff to just everything.
Stop G0, or perhaps he is killed by Zero.
Just to be clear, right, I still really, really like the Revelations arc and a lot of its ideas, and a lot of what it does do is good. It's just when I think about it, right, there's definitely more interesting stuff they could have done, because they definitely throw some stuff which sort of is out there that you just do not see coming and sort of comes out of their field, like Zero being two people, or
that was
Godbox
not
existing
into that at all.
Like the Zero being two individuals thing, I would be fine with that. The problem is that they don't really explain what Niles is. Like, for some reason in the past, he how when he's revealed in Absolute Betrayal, his eye moves to the center, like sort of like SMG Zero's original form as well as the Eldritch form.
Yeah.
They never use that again for some reason. Like, for some reason in the past, in the flashbacks, his what he looked like was that his he had his eye in his what part of his face would that be, on his right. For some reason the eye isn't in the center, which is what I would expect, because he's meant to look like SMG Zero, because he's his like co-guardian, and so it doesn't make any sense why his face looks so different in the past. It's sort of weird. I don't know, man. Like, they came up with Niles.
It's not even really a guardian.
Yeah, basically what happened, I assume, is that they came up with the idea of Niles, and they came up with his design to fit with the college theme, and they're like, yeah, Niles is Zero who's come back. And then they made the lore for Zero's backstory. It's like, oh wait, let's make Niles and SMG Zero separate people. But then obviously this creates the problem of, why does Niles look the way he does? Especially when you could have solved this partly by having, in the flashbacks, Niles his eyes in the center instead of on his right. It again doesn't make any sense. Kind of weird.
I doubt Niles will survive this arc. Probably. Perhaps, unlike Axel, Melanie is able to save him and he becomes cleared of SMG Zero's thoughts and memories.
Would have been kind of cool if Melanie was able to save SMG Zero, from Niles. But obviously, it kind of makes more sense to finish off the entire cosmology lore by killing off SMG Zero and Niles, though. So, I mean, I think I like what they went with. But that would have been cool as an idea.
I was never a fan of redeeming him.
Well,
whole idea.
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, what I just suggested was, saving SMG Zero, not Niles. When, obviously, we're talking about knowing that they're two separate people. That could have been a way for her to make up for failing to save Axel or something. That could have been an interesting way to take the narrative. But obviously, I like the idea of ending the entire SMG Zero story by killing both SMG Zero and Niles off. That makes sense. Look at that nice old profile picture.
That long SSA in a Mario Machinima channel.
Wait, what did I say?
That was my long SSA in a Mario Machinima channel.
Yeah, the text-to-speech is struggling to say it. That is my long-ass essay on a Mario Machinima channel. And things haven't changed. I've written an entire essay about Mr. Puzzles that will come out soon as a video. As well as one on Marty.
This was my...
Yes, that is coming. It's multiple pages. Well, it's 2 pages long on Google Docs that I've written about Marty. That's going to come out soon.
First SMG 4 theory video, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I could be very wrong. My predictions for the Genesis arc were way off mark, so keep in mind that it is nearly impossible to predict this channel. A message that is still true to this day.
Yep.
I think I got a lot of stuff correct there, but obviously, because we didn't have much information at this point, obviously I got a lot wrong. That wasn't bad. It was a theory video. I like a lot of the ideas I floated. There was some really interesting stuff I came up with, like the meaning behind the God Box logo, or how the Box Club, what the God Box could be. My idea for it being the SMG0's USB is it's quite interesting actually. I really like that, and like my explanation for why the box club leader knows about this god box, and what he meant by that dialogue about Judgment's Day. Like, wow, I came up with so many interesting ideas there. I actually really like that. My first video, obviously a bit crap when it comes to like visuals and stuff, and the text to speech was a bad choice. Not using it because obviously back then I don't know if I don't know how. I don't know. I should have used a different text to speech, basically, and because
Yeah.
it was kind of unhearable at some points. Like the Microsoft Sam one, because obviously Microsoft Sam is a really really old text to speech. But that's what I went with. Anyway.
I also think it sounds really slow.
Yeah, I think I should have. I mean, yeah, I should have sped it up. Obviously, I didn't think of doing that at the time because I was a noob. But yes, obviously in my videos where I use swag, obviously I speed up the text to speech now so that it actually fits with the how they use it on SMG4. But yeah, obviously the production side of this video could have used some work. But honestly, what I wrote, the script, was not bad. I actually really like the script for this. So yeah, there's a lot of videos here that I've put in this playlist, so I think I might just skip around and skip some of the ones I put in here, because I made a lot of videos, because back then, I mean obviously like in the Puzzle Vision arc I made a lot of videos, but back here I made a lot of like 1 minute, 2 minute videos and stuff, because I wasn't I approached the YouTube game quite differently. Like I have a 7-second video that is just announcing the length of the Revelations movie. Let me guess it. Where is it? It should say like 50 minutes in a big... Oh shit, I can't find it. Yeah, it's not on here actually, that's weird. But yeah, I made a 7-minute video just to announce the Revelations arc was 50 minutes. I mean, the Revelations movie was going to be 50 minutes long. Anyway, so my next video, my second ever video,
Hey guys.
and this is where I changed...
Yeah, this is the first one I watched.
This is the first one you watched, Chrus, but it's also the first video where I adopt the sort of box club leader avatar, and this is the first time the stick figure ever appears. Look at my awesome paint, my MS Paint skills.
It's peak.
Yep. I should bring him back in some way. Also, I just like how it's just on a, obviously black background, but the image has a stick figure on the white background. It just looks so bad.
Hey guys.
So yeah, I believe this video came out before Sybil's made her SMG0 theory. Obviously I was like, well, there's still some unexplained stuff about SMG0 from the Genesis arc, so I'll make a video about 7 minutes. I'm not gonna watch all this. I'm just gonna sort of see the general stuff I say.
So the Genesis arc in SMG.
Oh my god, I used to do this thing where I put the little profile picture that I had from my YouTube channel like in the top left of the video for some reason. I don't know why I did this. Like there's a difference between using like a PNG like PNG tubers who have like their like avatar, but like they changed what it's doing, like so they'll go from being happy to like crossing their arms. It's like the meme, but like here it's just a still image that never changes of the avatar just staring blankly at you. It's just what's the purpose of this?
His channel left many unanswered questions, specifically about the antagonist SMG0. I imagine.
Oh yeah, so my first video has almost 5k views now. Kind of crazy, because back then, when I just released the video, I was just and like I remember watching it like a bit sad. I was kind of watching it every so often to see how many views it got, and I was like, wow, people are actually watching this. It's gone up to like 10 views. And like, so it's kind of crazy, like, to go back to my past self and be like, yeah, this video's gonna have 5k views, so, like, eventually. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember, what was my first video to get 1k views? It was the Niles, it was the theory video after Absolute Betrayal, right? I would think that would have been the one to reach 1k. That must have been it, yeah.
Many questions will be answered this year in the probable ongoing arc, the college arc, which I discussed in my previous video.
Yeah, didn't come up with the most creative name for this potential arc, the college arc. Oh my god, remember how you predicted the name of the Revelations arc? Literally,
Yeah.
what was it, a day before?
Hours.
No, yeah, hours or minutes.
No, it was the same day.
Yeah,
hours
like
before
minutes,
the playlist.
minutes before Absolute Betrayal was released and the playlist for the Revelations arc was created. Like, you literally predicted, like, oh, you know how the Genesis arc is called the Genesis arc after the first book of the Bible? What if this next arc was called the Revelations arc after the last book in the Bible? And holy shit, you literally called it. That's crazy. I remember
I was an SMG4 theorist before I was an SMG4 theorist.
that was just insane. Like, that not only was that such a clever idea, like, that you came up with, but like that the fact that it actually turned out to be real, it's kind of crazy.
Which you should out if you haven't.
Oh shit! So when I made this video, which is wait, have I skipped? Was this my second video? I swear this is my third one. No, I think this is my second video. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So in a day, I think that my first video got 37 views. Like, but for me back then, that was crazy. It's like, wow, 30 people watch this in a day. Like.
Done. So, all right. So in this video.
Oh wait, so yeah, I do have sort of a PNG tuber thing going on. He's making a confused face. It's literally just a line drawn over one of the eyes.
I'll discuss the unanswered questions we still have about S.
I just love this stick figure. Look at his legs. Why is his left leg like bent like that? It's so awful.
Why does he not even have any arms?
Yeah, I didn't even bother with that for some reason.
G0.
But also, like the stick figure, like his neck or like body, like it doesn't go in at the center of the box. It goes in to like towards the right, so it's like off center. It's so weird.
And I'll talk about my theories around these questions. Firstly, we still don't know what happened to SMG0's avatar and universe.
Obviously, that gets answered. We'll just skip around. Oh. Yeah, this just came up to my head randomly. So obviously SMG0's corrupted form has that missing texture stuff going on. And obviously, you know, I thought that implied that he had lost his avatar and, you know, and he had the same thing that happened to SMG1 and 2 happen to him. But I guess that's just stuff that happened to him when he becomes a virus, because, you know, SMG0 in the Revelations movie after after Fred dies doesn't get corrupted textures, because I guess they thought they could get away with that, because obviously that would require more work to make a version of that model that had corrupted textures. So that's something that really bugged me about the Revelations movie. It's like, come on, like, you guys surely remembered that detail.
Damaged textures just like.
But also, I made a whole theory video about it in December for the 12 Theories of Christmas thing. But yeah, it's like kind of implied in Genesis arc that SMG0 had like a different backstory. At least they had a different backstory in mind, where he's like part of his motivation, you know, it wasn't to make a perfect universe. It was that he wanted to go back to being normal. He wanted things to go back to being normal, which is not really a thing that he cares about in the Revelations movie, but it's sort of implied he does care about here in the Genesis arc. And to be honest, I kind of prefer that to him wanting to make this perfect universe, because that sort of just comes out of nowhere. Again, like the Revelations arc has a ton of stuff that comes out of nowhere, and that his perfection motivation, you know, just comes out of nowhere.
So the avatar must have died. We see.
Let's see, what are my other points?
During its
Oh yeah, there's another thing that's popped in my head. In all my theory videos and like even back when I was making stuff on the SMG4 wiki, like this like flashback from the 10-year anniversary movie of like this scene of SMG0's universe, it was like, you know, I looked at this all the time and used this image all the time in my videos. So it was really surreal when in the Revelations movie they used this exact map and that like exact spinning thing in the sky. I was like, that was I just remember the feeling when I saw that in the movie. It's like, wow, finally, after a year of like looking at this stupid screenshot, like I get to see what it meant.
Yeah, they didn't even show that anywhere at the end of Genesis.
Yeah.
And that was
So they're holding on to this like whatever they make, because I assume this is like a map that they've used the texturizer tool over. So they're holding on to this save for over a year before actually using it properly.
Was destroyed, but why?
Well, I have no idea what this spinning thing in the sky. Right, obviously this must be like a pre-existing map. So the spinning thing must be something else from a different map. So, but I have no idea what this map is originally, unless this is an original map. But I kind of doubt that.
In the flashback, we see Zero standing over a lifeless.
Is there anything more interesting? I can't think of anything. Like, yeah, literally, if they in this like flashback for when SMG 1 and 2's universe was being destroyed, if they'd just shown 2 Zero Speed like on this side, on the other side of the computer, like, you know, just to explain it away, that'd be nice.
Successful YouTube videos like in the SMG4 universe.
Also, I don't know why for like my backgrounds on this like profile picture I made, why I've used this like teal, like this textured background which is colored teal. I'm pretty sure this is something from GIMP, the like free Photoshop like program basically. I think this is like a texture from that, and I just used it because I like teal as a color. So it doesn't make much sense. It's just so random otherwise.
Secondly, why did Zero become a virus? We see from what Mario...
Yeah, and it turns out it's just because the God Box made him this way for some reason. I don't know why he's like turned his virus form. It just happens because he gets a lot of power of something. We still don't know what the God Box is. Like, we know what it is. It's a box of destroyed computer parts, but we don't know why it's alive and why it has the properties that it has. Like, you know, why it's so powerful. It's just never explained. The Revelations, you know, movie, despite its name, doesn't actually reveal like all that much, considering all the questions we still have.
They definitely should have explained better why it corrupted Niles.
Yeah, they don't explain that. It's implied that the God Box was corrupting him, but they don't really explain why or what its goal was by doing that.
Pieces of Zero's life that Zero was struck by some sort of...
Yeah, when you think about it, the Revelations movie has a lot of writing problems. Even though I really like it still, it's just, yeah, they could have gone about it in a different way that would have been more satisfying.
Bull from the sky.
And it's made worse like me, who made all these theory stuff about it, and then the end product was sort of underwhelming compared to some of the ideas I came up with, like as to what could have happened.
Which is then inferred to have made him a virus by the changing appearance of his hand. I have no idea.
Yeah.
The movie we see must live and need life.
Yeah, this is one of the things I brought up in that theory video recently. Like, it seemed like he wanted to, like, his virus form was like painful to inhabit, or, you know, he just wanted to live a normal life. And there's a lot of references in the Genesis arc to like life and live from Zero. So yeah, it's quite interesting. This is like probably the original idea they had back before they wrote the Revelations arc.
On the walls in one room of the abandoned cathedral, presumably placed there by Zero. Therefore, one of Zero's motivations other than to recreate his universe so he can have a home again is to live again. But what does...
Yeah, I kind of prefer that to I want to make the perfect universe. This is something that comes out of nowhere, and it's still not really clear what he meant by perfect universe. Like, why was he imperfect, and what would a perfect universe look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I might just skip over some videos, because obviously I know you're limited on time and there's a lot here, but a lot of this is short. So obviously I think after SMG Zero Theories I made the video explaining all the SMG lore, which is not really necessary. What if SMG Zero had won, So this is actually basically
Hey God,
the prequel to What If Niles Won, the animation. This is basically the video that inspired me to make that. But obviously, this is not an animation video. This is just another PowerPoint presentation with text to speech.
guys, Null here.
Oh yeah, when did I say "Hey all" in the first video I made? I didn't actually check that because obviously I think that is stolen directly from Scott the Was, and I don't know why I opened with that. I think it's my first. Let me check actually. So obviously the "Hey all" thing is something I think I just stole from Scott the Was because I wasn't sure how to open the video, and it just sort of stuck. But I just kept using it. I think.
Hey guys, it's Null.
Oh shit! I didn't start with "Hey all." Holy shit!
Watching
Oh
this,
no.
I started with "Hey guys." That's crazy. So when did I start with "Hey all"?
Hey,
Oh, no, we want this one.
hey guys,
Oh shit! It was "Hey guys" originally. No wait, we're skipping. This is weird. Right.
hey guys, Null.
Yeah. So "Hey guys."
So,
Then this one is
hey guys,
"Hey guys." Okay.
so the hey guys.
So it's this one.
Potentially the darkest arc
Wait, wait, wait. So what video are we on? It seems to be okay. What if SMG?
Hey guys, Null.
No, this is "Hey guys." So where did "Hey all" begin?
Hey guys,
This is "Hey guys." What about this one?
so Bob go.
No, that doesn't even start with an intro.
Hey guys, Null.
No. Where does "Hey all" start from? I thought I always said this. This has like changed my perception of things. Like I thought I always opened videos with "Hey all," but it seems like "Hey guys" was the thing I originally used. So where did "Hey all" start?
Hey
So when did I decide?
Null here.
Oh.
So
When did I decide to rip off Scott the Was? I swear I always did that. That's crazy. Did you remember like this? I swear I never said. I always said "Hey all." I didn't realize I started with "Hey guys." What? This is
I
changed.
thought I always remembered Hail too.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is like the butterfly. No, what's it? You know that Mandela effect. This is literally that.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? I swear what? So where did it start then?
hey guys.
That's "Hey guys."
Null. Hey guys.
Hey guys. This is not what I remember.
Hey guys.
This is no where what
So
this
I
is.
received a
This has
custom
changed
credit.
everything. This changes everything. What the hell?
Hi guys.
Hi
Null
guys.
here.
Hi guys. What? No.
If you didn't even use it at all during the Revelations arc, that's crazy.
Wait, when did I start using it? Why did I switch from "Hey guys" to "Hey all"? Because "Hey guys" doesn't sound like I was ripping off Scott the Was. This seems like a generic intro I came up with. So what?
Quick update video.
That's the very intro.
They all.
We found it.
There it
Episode.
is.
So so it was my second theory video about the Mario and the God Box episode. That was when I actually started using "Hey all." That's where it originates from. And okay, so this makes sense why it got associated with my channel so much, because obviously I think this would have been one of my more popular videos. I think I was starting to gain in views here. So did I switch permanently from this then? From "Hey guys" to "Hey all"? So by the way,
I just had.
so my first video where I say "Hey all" is SMG4 Theory, the God Box arc. At least that might not actually be true, because I didn't include some videos in here. No, that's probably no, that is right. I think. Oh wait, so that's crazy. That changes everything. So
Yeah.
it was originally "Hey guys." Wow. Yeah, I prefer "Hey all." That is definitely better. Well, that's crazy. A big part of my channel's identity was actually not always there from the beginning. That's like changed everything. Like I didn't always used to say "Hey all." That's crazy.
That is actually gotta be a Mandela
Yeah, like,
effect.
literally, we both thought I always started with "Hey all." That's crazy. So I don't know why I switched. Why did I switch? I seem to consistently say "Hey guys." So why did I switch? I don't remember why. I genuinely can't remember this.
They all.
Yeah, so from I permanently switch, I think, from here.
So, at the end.
Oh, I didn't even have an intro for that one. Oh.
They all.
Yeah, so after Mario and the God Box came out, that video, I guess I from then sort of switched to saying Hail, and obviously that's why it gets so associated with my channel, because obviously it's around this time my views start picking up a lot more. So yeah, that's crazy. That's the origin of Hail. I just switched to it one day instead of using Hey Guys. I guess I might have accidentally done that after watching Scott the Woz or something, because it's like a weird thing to just change. I was consistently Hey Guys. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Huh.
There was something else I wanted to explain that I just remembered I didn't explain the origin of, but I generally can't remember what I was thinking of. Also, we were originally going to watch If SMG0 Had Won. I forgot about that.
Hey guys, on Null here.
Oh.
The Genesis arc.
Okay. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, there's something funny I remembered.
Yeah.
Remember the server had a huge argument back in the
Yes.
day if Zero had legs or not.
Yes, I still got a meme saved on my computer about that. So, so before, during the Revelations arc, we had a massive debate, it sort of heated in my old server about if SMG0 had legs, because obviously in the Other Universe episode, in the flashback, he's represented, and actually I've got an image that shows this. He's represented, his silhouette is obviously based off an older design for Zero. They hadn't finalized it yet, so his old silhouette in the Other Universe episode shows him having legs, where he clearly has legs here, but obviously you can make out like his ring. I originally thought he was like a stick figure or something based off this, but yeah, he had legs here, so it's like, well, he had legs, where his true form has legs. And obviously in the Genesis, in Watfi, he obviously takes over Axel, and his like final form as Axel doesn't have legs. He's missing the lower part of his body. And so I just explained that as a way as at the time, as like, well, surely that's just like an aesthetic thing or a design choice made. So I don't know, make the model not so big, like, or to be able to make it big. I don't know what the explanation was. Basically, I just thought it was just a weird design thing they did for Watfi 2021. And obviously, when SMG0's true form appears in Watfi 2021, you don't actually see the bottom of his, you don't see his, the bottom of him, like his rib cage is like cut out. So you could still imagine there being legs there. And so that was my reason as to why, yes, he does have legs. But then obviously when the Revelations movie comes out, I was proven wrong.
Yeah, I think it was when the premiere page went up and we saw
No. I was still coping. I was coping because he still couldn't see the complete bottom of his model.
Oh yeah.
It was still sort of cut out. And so I still argued, well, maybe he's just got a really thin, like his spine is all that connects his upper body to his lower body. Obviously that was his cope. I was just coping. He did not have legs. And so I remember Mario, I think that's his name, made this art about it.
I think it was just me and Mario that were on the legless side.
Yeah, it was you guys versus me.
I think everyone else was against us.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like, my side had solid evidence. Like his silhouette clearly showed him having legs, and
that's true.
And we never did technically see like the bottom of his body until Revelations, because his the rib cage part would always be slightly cut off, so you could still argue there could have been something down there. But nope, he had no legs. I was wrong. Completely proven wrong. Obviously, that silhouette was made at a time when they hadn't finalized his design yet, and so yeah. I can't believe that was the worst.
Second thing I predicted back in the day.
Yep. Yeah, that was a massive probably my biggest defeat in my entire life. Like, I've never felt worse than when I lost the Great Leg debate.
In SMG4's channel
Yeah, I've gone back to the video now. Let's continue this. What if SMG0 had
All
won?
right.
So I want to just double. So obviously, I think what I say. This is before the Revelations movie, obviously. So I wonder what I predicted would happen.
Takes of the Genesis arc were, and how much uncertainty there was around a lot of its effects. I imagine the way he could have succeeded was by managing to catch SMG4 and SMG3, which does not happen when he uses the USBs to convert an avatar. So, although he gets further with Mario than Sputnik, converting his arm, Zero will still end up killing Mario. This would cause the SMG...
Yeah, it's pretty basic stuff, especially without the Revelations movie. But I wonder, did I say I would make a sequel?
Therefore, they'd get a chance at restoring things to how they should be by...
Oh, yeah, this is sort of what inspires, yeah, What If Nars won. They still have the USBs left over in the universe. If it got destroyed, because obviously Zero leaves the USBs at the castle in What If 2021. So if the universe got destroyed, the USBs would still exist there, and they could leave the universe and travel places. So, and that's an idea that would have played a role in What If Nars won had there been a part 2 and a part 3.
Confront growing his new universe. Now
And obviously, I think that is something that appears in that animation video. Like, Bob collected the USBs and like piled them up on top of the castle.
have to successfully defend his avatar this time, or risk his universe collapsing again. So I doubt he'd be an easy fight, even though he would no longer be the same threatening.
Yeah, even though this is what I mean, technically, What If SMG0 won, What If Niles won is still like the same. What if this character won? Like, it's still what if the same character won? So yeah, there's a lot of parallels here between what I said here and what would have been the idea for the story of What If Niles won.
Thanks for watching my video. This was a fun idea to think about. I think the second scenario would make a really interesting alternate reality. What if arc in the SMG4 channel? Make sure to leave a like and...
Oh, I didn't say I was going to make... I remember somewhere I said, yeah, I want to make What If Niles won, like a sequel to this video, but the sequel was actually an animated video, because obviously that was made much later. Anyway. So yeah, next up, I made a theory video about the connections between SMG0 and the Bots Club. Might skip that one because I can't really remember. I know obviously I had a different idea to what I presented in the college arc theory video, obviously because I made this a different video, but I'm going to skip that one because it doesn't sound too interesting.
Alright.
So there was this thing I attempted for only 2 videos called basically trivia videos, where I think I just read off stuff from the wiki, like in its trivia page, like pretty much. So I made this video called Bob, brackets Bob, which I think has like 500 views or something. It didn't do that well. So yeah, it's literally just a trivia video about Bob. So yeah, I gave up on this after doing an SMG01.
Bob goes to
I'm not sure if I watched this one or not.
Yeah, I don't think many people bothered to watch this one.
To Omnia Academy to learn customer services in order to exploit people.
Oh, this is the first time I used background music in a video. I'm using his like a Zelda theme that they use for Bob.
His hotel better, but during the 2021 Christmas special, Rob gets his hotel shut down. Bob still goes to
that was just like a joke in the video. They didn't actually stay.
Omnia Academy. So what is he doing? Still taking the course or doing something else? When choosing the text-to-speech voice to use for this channel, it was a toss-up between Bob and Swagmaster.
Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, I think I was deciding which one to use. Obviously, Speakonia was way easier to get than Rule from Afar, because that was tied to Acapella Box, I think, and you either had to pirate that or you had to pay for it, so yeah. pretty easy to pick Speakodia, which was completely free.
Choosing the latter, as I can take a SMG0 theory video narrated by Swagmaster almost seriously.
What? Why is he just paused here?
Do you hear that? Obviously, it's the first time I've used background music.
Oh my god, I'll point it out in this video.
Mention
What's
it.
funny is that then I think there's many videos after this where I don't use background music.
In a video, but it's also box theme, which is the potion shot theme from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, this is a trivia video, which is a well, there's some stuff originate from just me, like what he's doing at Omni Academy, for example, is like my point. But I think a lot of this is just taken from the wiki, from what I remember. Maybe I'm underselling myself. Maybe I did. Isn't just all taken from the wiki, but I can't remember. Anyways, I'm not that interested in watching this video again. That's just a failed experiment that I gave up after SMG0 trivia. Which I'm pretty sure will just be me listing off like, oh, his powers are like this, and oh, his actually yeah, Axel, like the Zero's corrupted form, has like Increaver, like tied, like what his one of his arms is basically transforms into Increaver, and it's what he uses to use like telekinesis, and it's kind of strange. Like it looks cool from a design standpoint, but I don't really understand why his arm transforms into like Increaver. It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's this? So this SMG's Niles. So Niles and SMG0. So obviously I guess I'm just talking about the links between them, but I mean I think I've already explained this. I think some of these videos sort of don't need to exist. Like I just had a bit more to say about the topic, and so I would just regurgitate, like the script would just be some stuff already talked about regurgitated basically. I mean it's kind of obvious sort of the connections you could have between Niles and Zero, but I saw this is back when I made what 1 to 2 minute videos, because I was approaching the YouTube game a bit differently back then. More evidence that Niles is possibly SMG0. So I believe someone commented on my video, and so I made a whole video, which is 30 seconds long, which is just telling people about this one comment I got, I think.
Just noticed an interesting detail. So remember in my trivia video, when I mentioned that there was a lot of evidence suggesting SMG0 is left-handed. Well, guess who else might also be left-handed?
I think someone pointed this out to me in comments. Maybe I can't remember. But yeah, an interesting detail is Zero seemed to be consistently characterized as left-handed. Like I don't know. I think it's just a coincidence, but this is an interesting detail that I had noticed, or someone else had noticed, and I stole their point. I can't remember. Alright, let's skip forward. Oh no, wait. So I was the first video to propose it. Well, this is the first video to propose this idea. So basically I got a comment saying, oh, I wonder if Niles is not real, and they pointed out some of the evidence from the bus trip episode, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, I'll make a video about it. So I made a 2-minute video about it, and I beat Sibbles to this. Sibbles made their video about it later than me, so yeah, I beat them.
Yeah, I remember Sybil's coming after.
Yeah.
Null here.
But obviously it wasn't my idea, it was someone else's idea. I think I credit them though. Yeah. I cut out that profile picture and it's really pixelated, but Raves came up with it.
An incredibly interesting idea that I had not thought about from a commentator called Waves. He points out that almost no—
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, this is the first guy to propose this theory.
No one has ever reacted to Niles' presence or acknowledged that he even exists.
Yeah, this was actually a really smart thing they did in Revelations. A bit undermined by the Infinite Detention video, where it seems like Swag acknowledges Niles, what he says. Obviously we know that isn't what happened. But yeah, I mean, this whole Niles isn't real thing was set up really well in every episode except the infinite detention episode, basically. And yeah, it was just really good. But a lot of people did not see this coming.
This is clearly shown in Mario's bus trip, where no one, including Seiko, who got mad at Bud for training Melanie, even seems to notice his bullying of Melanie. And when the bully calls everyone suckers and yells that Mario...
I think all of this I noticed by myself. I don't think this was in the comment. Let me just check though. I don't want to take credit for someone else's thing. Yeah, cause it's... I'm going to try... Oh... Yeah, this person actually came up with the cope reason they come up with as to why Niles wasn't real in the detention episode. It's like, yeah, Melanie did all those acts subconsciously, which is actually what happens as we see in Absolute Betrayal. I still think they should have handled that episode differently to make it, you know, because they do make it seem like Niles has interacted with Mario and Swag. You know, it feels a bit too, like, right, yeah, it feels like it breaks the,
Yeah, he's
right, they could have,
kind of too involved.
yeah, he's too involved in that video. He should have been a bit less involved, I think. Because otherwise, all the other episodes he's in work really well. There is, like, you know, you have to really be like paying attention to realise that no one has ever interacted with him, and he's never interacted with anyone else, or no one's ever acknowledged his presence. Because yeah, other than the detention episode, the mystery and like the setup works really well. But yeah, this video, just a literal 30-second video. Oh, was it 30 seconds? No, it was 2 minutes. But yeah. Okay, so this next video is one of my most successful videos at the time. It was after Mario and the God Box episode released. I made a theory video, and I really, you know, after weeks of like episodes that were basically filler and not pushing the plot forward in any way, this video comes out. I really liked it.
Oh yeah, I hated the 3-week wait.
Yeah, that was so bad.
I never understood why they did that.
Because the thing is, like, you know the Karen stuff from the recent episodes that came out. That will probably be like a few weeks before that gets progressed any more, but that's fine because that was just a setting up. Like that was an episode that had a definitive conclusion. It was just setting up a little detail that's suggesting, you know, that the father is going to appear later or something. So that works fine for like a 3-week break now. But like back then, it did not work at all. It was so bad. Like introduce.
Same with the Psycho mini arc.
Yeah, it was just these like long breaks between videos that don't really make much sense. Like the whole college stuff could have just been one consecutive story arc, really. You know, and the annoying thing, they could have made that work, the whole filler episodes, if they included Niles and Melanie in a lot of them, and you know. So Niles appears a lot more, and so you get more familiar with his character, and so his betrayal is more impactful. They could have used that to their advantage, but they don't. Also, look at this. This is something I just use text box now, and I add stuff in, like when I add like extra stuff into the video. I just use a normal text box. Here I use some like weird, like a text like transition thing where like transitions in and out. And it's like, wow, like this is just, I just would not think of using that now.
Hi guys.
Well, look at that. This is like something you'd see in like a history video of someone who's not exactly the most familiar with editing. When there's
it makes it seem even more like a presentation.
Yeah, this is literally a PowerPoint presentation. That's what I'm saying. Old videos are literally PowerPoint presentations.
Uncle here. Wow, a lot happened in this episode. So firstly, we now know what exactly the God Box is. It isn't Zero or his guardian pod, but some new important entity, which very clearly has some link with Zero, as the O from the Box Club logo is a Zero. Since the box is an original model, we
Yeah, I still don't know how the Box Club know about this and how they made the symbol look so much like the symbol in the God Box. Like, how do they know this? Like, how do they know this cosmology stuff?
Yeah.
can 100% assume to come across it at some point. SMG1 says that opening it will unleash things beyond anyone's understanding as well as unspeakable horrors that would end the world as they know it, while the leader says it will grant unlimited power. We can theorize that as
Theories.
SMG1 and 2 know of it, it likely existed in their universe too, meaning it
Oh yeah, this is back when I thought, oh, maybe there's multiple God Box. Because obviously I thought, how would they know of something that doesn't exist in their universe? So I was like, oh, maybe each universe has one. And that was like something I thought for a long time, before we learned it was just one definitive God Box.
maybe a
That would have
feature
been
of every
interesting.
Yeah, because that would have actually made sense why the Box Club would know about it. Because if it's a in-universe thing, that makes sense.
universe. The things beyond our understanding could be the truth of the SMGS and Guardian pods.
Which we never get. We never get that truth.
Since we are yet to learn all that and this college arc has links with the Genesis arc. This could also be how Zero could return, as again the box must have
Oh, look at that text transition.
some sort of link with him. Since we know viruses can end a world and grant unlimited power, as shown by Zero, who is a virus, perhaps what is contained inside is a virus, and the opening of the God Box in Zero's universe is what caused it.
Considering this is like, like the first new substantial video that pushes the plot forward, this is only a 3-minute theory video. It's kind of short. Well, I didn't have much to say.
To collapse, and during its collapse Zero accidentally absorbed the virus's power. Interestingly, the theory that Niles is not real and only in
Oh my gosh, for some reason Mark Reed is in chat and he's saying like a bunch of irrelevant stuff. Like, I love Puzzle Vision After Show. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with this current stream. Oh yeah, by the way, Chrus, have you seen that?
Oh, I actually haven't.
You haven't watched it? You should watch it because, I made it. I think it's good. I'd like to see your opinion on it. So you should check it out at some point. But also Mark Reed is just going on about Leggy breaking Mr. Puzzles out, or what happened to Goofy and Pete and Puzzle. What does it have to do with anything, Mark?
elimination remains possible, as no one notices when he suddenly appears to aid Melanie during the fight with the Box Club. He also does not go with Melanie to the fight, which is strange. It also appears that he truly does not want to bully Melanie. He also knows about SMG3 and him being an S, which makes...
I guess this is meant to be a hint that he is Zero because he knows more than he should, like who SMG3 is. But I don't know. I mean, this scene would have worked better if they'd interacted more before this. Like, I don't know, man. Ugh.
Yeah.
makes no sense, unless he already knows about him. Altogether, this makes his character ridiculously suspicious, and him still being related to Zero in some way still stands very strong. I imagine him being a combination of Zero and Axel is most likely, as he obviously cares.
Yeah, that's wrong. I'm still peddling this theory.
For Melanie and at the same time has a darker side, wanting her to unlock her power to its true potential. So, what happens after this? Well, I doubt the Box Club are done, and will almost certainly...
Although, this video is short and I probably could have come up with more stuff to say, and by the looks of it, I made other theory videos before the next Revelations Arc video came out, so I obviously did. I just didn't come up with them until later or something. But there are some people who've made theory videos where the vast majority of the video is just recapping what happened in the video that just came out. I want to say it was this channel called Tari Universe or something. I might be wrong. I might be accusing a channel that isn't the one who did it of this, but I remember they made a theory video after the no TV makes Mario not okie dokie. I remember after that episode, they made a video theorizing about it, but like the vast majority of it was like 8 minutes, so you know, they made sure to monetize it. The vast majority of it was just, you know, explaining what happened in the video, and and the thing is, sometimes you need to like briefly recap what happened in a scene, but like they were explaining like scenes, like the SMG3 and Bob scenes, for example. It's like, this is not relevant to any point you were going to make in this video. Why are you mentioning this scene that is just there for like basically comic relief? Like, why are you bringing this up? So they just like of this, I was just, you know, these videos are like short and concise. It's like, yeah, this is my points, you know, I'm not just dragging it out for no reason.
Yeah.
You return to find the God box, perhaps using the SMGS in order to find it, as if anyone has links to it, it has to be them. We can also assume that the Guardian pods will not play a role in this arc and are likely completely
I was wrong.
gone from the...
I was wrong. Oh yeah, so, you know, another thing wrong with like the Revelations arc, you know, Genesis arc, you know, suggests the place where the USBs are hidden is really important. Beginning of Revelations movie, oh yeah, here they are, by the way, guys, we just got them, and actually where they were hidden is used for as a joke. It's a funny joke, whereas like, oh, we hid it under our mattress, but it sort of undermines the ending of the Genesis arc. Like, come on.
Yeah.
SMG4 universe, as we are now dealing with a new entity entirely. Perhaps upon opening the box, a virus will be released, which
They made a big deal about, oh, what would happen when you open the God box, but what just basically happens is it causes literally revelations from the Bible to happen. It just causes that, the end of the world. That's literally what happens. It's kind of odd. Like, I wanted something else to happen, to be honest. Like, it just causes a biblically accurate event. It's just, I don't know, kind of weird.
will be the final trial for Melanie in the arc. Perhaps...
Although strangely enough, that being what happens kind of makes the Revelations like name make some like more sense, because like literally, like I'm pretty sure like when, you know, the apocalypse happens in the SMG4 universe, that's literally just like, surely that's inspired by the events in the Bible. Strangely enough, like that has to be why that happens, because otherwise it's a bit of an odd thing to do. Like,
Yeah, because that's the naming.
yeah, like you build up this mystery of what happens when you open the box, and what happens is it causes the apocalypse. I mean, I guess that's kind of interesting, but I mean, I don't know, I was hoping for something else.
With the box club leader acquiring these powers. Alternatively, he could take over Niles and transform him into Zero, which is what causes Zero's return.
Yeah, I don't have much to say in this one, only 3 minutes. So... Oh yeah, I made a whole video, I think it's probably going to be like 30 seconds. But I made a whole video about when the SMG4 channel banner changed. When they changed it to the God box. Well, I made a video about this. 8 minutes? What? Oh no, this is the other one. Wait. Yeah, I skipped forward. I came up with a different theory. So I guess that video... So I guess that video we just watched, I made a sort of like a really brief, really quick video to get out about the new episode. And then this other video that we just accidentally gone on is like my actual like proper theory video about the episode. I get, because that one was at 8 minutes. Anyway, I made a whole video, 29 seconds long, just to talk about how the channel banner had changed.
That moment when you don't have the community tab yet.
Yeah, I don't think I did. Yeah, so this was the only way I could talk. I think I got the community tab before, just around the time the Revelations movie came out, I think.
Banner has been changed to the God box. This is huge. Banner changes to stuff other than New Glitch Productions. Shows always only happen during arcs.
Yeah, the TTS voice is a bit unclear about what it's saying at times. Oh god.
Like during the Genesis arc. This could...
Yeah, I mean, this was hype when it happened. I remember that. Remember how hype it was when we were getting filler videos and the Floor is Lava video came out, and then the banner changed after that one, like that filler episode release, and that was like hype. It was like, oh my god, next week it's going to be big, and it was big. I think I haven't.
Yeah, that was probably the most hype moment for the server ever.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember that. That was so hype. Who was it that found it? Was it Mario or was it me? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
No, that was hype. Yeah, so I was just shitting out videos pretty much. Like, there's a lot of videos here before the Revelations movie. Like, I made one called the God Box Arc Theory, which is, I assume, just theorizing about the God Box. Then I made a video called "Is a Melanie Movie Coming?" which obviously, you know, I got that right, kind of.
They all.
You know, I predicted a movie would be coming. But I guess that was sort of obvious, since at that point it was sort of a trend. Like 2 years of a movie at the start of the year. That sort of makes sense.
Also,
this is around the time when I got the new sort of like well, I took that image of the God Box symbol from the recent episode that had come out, where it's like got red mist behind it, and I used that as like a background for my stick figure, and I made him angry. Look. Obviously, this is before I got the one made by Mario, where he's like saluting. I don't know why he's doing that to us, but you can see where I think oh no, wait. So you see how at the bottom there's like some black like parts, like cropped.
Yeah.
Like that's from the text that SMG1 says. I think that's his subtitles. But I didn't obviously crop it all out yet, and I left it in, which looks really bad when you put this video in full screen, and it's really noticeable. I'm pretty sure what happened here is that at the bottom I got like the square tool and just filled that in red, because you can tell it's all the same color at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I just noticed.
Had an interesting thought. What if we get another SMG4 movie to
I got this completely correct. I predicted this. Wait. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying in this. Oh yeah, I picked up on this random line. So at the end of Mario and the God Box, obviously the Box Club leader out of nowhere. This is a theme of the Revelations arc. He out of nowhere talks about a Messiah, and I saw this. I don't know if I was the first person to really mention this, but I saw this line. I was like, does this mean something? Because this comes out of nowhere, and it seems important. And yes, they do actually expand upon this. Kind of wish they mentioned this Messiah more often though, before, instead of just this one line where it just happens. They mention this out of nowhere. Yeah.
and find the Messiah. I originally thought not.
Oh, look at that nice transition. Check out my previous videos. Yeah, I got a lot out. Just shitting them out. I was doing well for views. 802 views in 2 days. Yeah, back then. Yeah. I mean, for me back then, this was doing well. Like,
Nothing of it. Believing he.
actually, that's doing better than some of the recent videos I've been releasing. But now, I think, wait, I've got a video that came out a week ago or something that's only got like 700 views. It's a highlight from my stream though. That might be why. I assume that's why.
Yeah, that's
just
probably
referring to the.
Yeah, so I was literally getting more views back in here when I didn't even have 1k subs yet. I fell off.
God box, but this comment made me really think.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm forgetting about this. So cool. Oh, so yeah, this guy pointed it out, and then I was like, huh, that is interesting. He does say that out of nowhere. So yeah, I remember this guy. I don't know when he stopped commenting or if he changed his name or something. But this guy, I think, was in a lot of my comment sections.
About it. The word Messiah does not mean God, but instead it.
Yeah, I think it's like, obviously I didn't predict Melanie would be the Messiah. Obviously, that is sort of an unexpected thing that happens. But yeah, well, you know, there's another thing I was like, I caught on to, or well, someone else caught on to, and then I made a video about. I don't think I believe this, but I made a video called "Is Niall's SMG0's Avatar?" I was just like throwing an idea out there. Obviously that was incorrect, but Oh, this is a video that still gets loads of views. I think it's like 20k views, and I still get a comment on it every so often. It's do SMG 5 and 6 exist? And, like, it still gets views and comments.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's either this one or the other one, the sequel to this I made later. It still gets views and comments.
Yeah, they had that line in the 10-year anniversary about possibly having more SMGs, but that just meant nothing.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, look at this art. Look at this art I did for all of them. This is the origin of that really crappy SMG3 drawing I use sometimes in videos. Like, look at that. Look how bad that is. Why do they look like that? Why do they look like hamburgers almost? Like with that weird line in their chest. What was my goal here?
Fat Italians.
Yeah, I guess that portrays that, I guess. I mean, the 1 and 2 don't look so bad, nor the 0. Just 3 and 4 just look bad. I don't know why. Well, so I still don't understand what my vision here was for that.
Name may be introduced to the series. I thought that in this video I'd discuss the top.
Okay, so yeah, I have to assume I bring that line up. Yeah, they say this. So
Yeah.
So it's either it's just referring to 0 specifically, like the botched reveal that he's an SMG. They sort of just throw that out there in like a random throwaway line, instead of building up to that reveal. That's kind of odd they did that. Looking back, like how, yeah, they just straight out call him it out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if they hadn't come up with the story for the Genesis arc fully yet, or if they had thought about maybe expanding on this later after the cosmology stuff. I don't know. I mean, that would technically still be cosmology though, if they did do an SMG 5 and 6.
SMG
Yeah.
4 wondered if there may be other SM.
Yes, never expand on that. Kind of weird. But I guess it's not too, like, compared to other stuff we've complained about so far, like, that's quite minor. I remember this. This really strange. Well, I made a 1 minute 30-second video all about this like really minor nitpick, I guess. Or I guess at the time it was not a nitpick since it wasn't a problem yet. But for some reason, they have Melanie moving to a new apartment. She moves in the God Box episode, and then she's moved in the Absolute Betrayal episode in this like bland, boring looking apartment that we only see once after. I think we see it in the It's Gotta Be Perfect. That's the only time we ever see that apartment again, I think. Yeah, it's just such a random, like, why is she moving? They never explain that. It's just, she's moving. I guess it's to explain why she looks at that image of that drawing she made. Like, why else is she moving? Like, I genuinely don't understand. That's such a weird subplot.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a plot. She's just moving in one scene, and then she's moved in another scene. It's kind of weird.
I didn't even really think anything of that scene.
Yeah, it's so weird. So why have it? Why is she moving? Like, just have her in the apartment. Because the Axel's apartment is way more interesting than that new one that she moved into. So I don't guess it, man. Yeah, so then I made a whole video about why SMG1 doesn't look like Sputnik, or why where SMG2's Guardian Pod is. Those are sort of minor things that we've already discussed, the Guardian Pod thing. So I remember someone came up with the idea of each villain represents the 7 deadly sins. How I guess that's just dead now. Wait, this is just. This was obviously this. I think I doubted this back then. I just thought it was a fun idea, but obviously now this is definitely just not true. Like, this is just false.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my Discord.
Oh, look at that. Old Discord server. I forgot why I gave 0 the 0 role.
And I developed upon an SMG.
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, even back here, like some of the classifications couldn't were kind of stretches. Like Lust for Francis is sort of a stretch. I mean, Envy for SMG3 works. Wrath, I guess, works for Luigi. Greed works for Bob. SMG0, there was not really anything you could apply to him, so you've got Pride here for him, but obviously none of Gluttony, Sloth, and Pride don't really work for him at all.
Yeah, not really.
So back then it didn't work, but back now it definitely doesn't work. Especially because, like, puzzles, that would be like Greed or something, like, and that's already been taken, so yeah. This is just completely dead. But this was a talking point.
There's no way they can make an arc out of Gluttony and Sloth.
Yeah, imagine the Gluttony one. I kind of want to know what that would be like if this was like actually a thing they were doing. But no, like, this is definitely not. This used to be a talking point. I remember seeing the Deadly Sins thing, but now it's just dead. I haven't seen it in years. Remember this from the Genesis art? Oh, this is the first time I used the Elon Musk profile picture that I had going on. But yeah, this was, I think I credit Mario. Yeah, Mario made this. Well, he made the eyebrows and the jacket. I kind of prefer the stick figure though, because it's so bad it's good. It has its own thing going on. Now it just looks like the Box Club Leader mini version of the Box Club Leader.
I actually like the design pretty well.
I mean, yeah, I like it. It's just, I personally, looking back, I prefer the stick figure because it's just so bad. It's good.
Non-Null here. So remember in Mario and the
So they had this weird scene that I thought was going to lead to something eventually, but it doesn't mean anything.
Backrooms when Mario and SMG4 find a room within the backrooms that contained a birthday party setup. And in each of the presents was Mario and the SMG's hat.
Yeah, so they include this. So this is very intentional. Like, they have SMG 1 and 2's hats. And so, yeah, so I believe now, I remember I got a comment from someone, I think it was Swordheart, that reactor. I think she said that this was might not have been her, I can't remember. Someone said this was a reference, like this whole hats and birthday gifts thing was a reference to something, like to the back rooms, like to the like shit ton of lore associated with that. And so I think this is just a reference to the meme. I don't think it's actually it's not meant to mean anything, or well, it has to. I don't know. This is confusing because they never expand on this. Like, it just is there. Like, we know Zero has a grudge against the SMGs, but it just doesn't explain this like scene. They just never explain it.
Yeah, it made it seem like some lore was about to be explained or something.
Yeah, it was just hinted at something, like his connection or his relationship with the other SMGs. It was like hinting at that, like what that might, or this is like a hint for what was to come or something. Like, but no, this, like his relationship with SMG 1 and 2 just extends to they stopped me once and I hate them because they stopped me before. Like, for some reason they knew of his existence, like they knew what happened to his universe, like SMG 0's universe. Because SMG 2 says about it, like, you know, killing us won't fix what happened to you. Yeah, I don't know, it's that how they know SMG 0 and their relationship with him is so strange. It's never explained why they know as much as they do.
Yeah, especially since 3 and 4 never learned.
Yeah, they never. I had a whole theory about why that might have been, but no, just don't. For some reason, they just don't know their backstory. That's kind of strange, kind of weird. Like, they forget about, you know, the backstory as well. That's never explained. And the thing is, I came up with an idea. I was like, well, maybe because, you know, I don't know. I just came up with an idea that they were like Luke, like in the, you know, video in the series, like real life Luke, like in the lore of the series, had like intentionally wiped their memories of their like purpose and backstory for some reason. I think I came up with a reason as to why, but I can't remember what my explanation would have been. But just anything, just explain why they don't remember their past, or why they don't know anything about what they are. It's kind of strange.
Mr. A, however,
Yeah, I mean, this video is short. I don't know how much interesting points I've actually bring up that we haven't explained already, but yeah, I just made that video because I remembered that scene. Then I made the update video about the channel banner changing, because again I don't have community notes, not community notes, Twitter community tab yet. But yeah, you can sense my hype in the text-to-speech. Oh.
banner update.
Oh, is it paused?
Holy shit, banner update. The God box is opening.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere. It's like, this is on a filler episode. They changed it.
This week's episode was not an arc episode. Let's expect 100% the arc to continue next week.
Which, yeah, I called it, I guess. Oh. And so, yeah. Oh yeah, I made a video about who's going to die, and I think this is the first video that Riley Welch the Swagger reacted to.
During this arc,
oh shit, I changed the voice. I think that I changed it the video before this, but yeah, this is when I changed the voice to something that's more bearable.
during this arc,
Oh.
I am sure this is a question on all of your minds, as a character has always died in an arc.
But I think I just conclude that Zero Niles is going to die, Box Club Leader might die, everyone else is probably fine. I think that's my conclusion. And then obviously the God Box scam, I think someone else came up with this.
Hey, Null
This
here.
is my favorite
So a
theory.
member in my, as well as some other members
Oh yes, I remember.
developed.
Oh, I remember this Taco guy. I think he was the one who came up with it. And also, this is when I'm using that like PNG tuber thing, where I'm pointing at stuff. You can see the green screen. Oh well, not even that. For some reason, I guess Mario couldn't send me just like a transparent PNG, so he sent me this version of it that had a green background, because I guess both of us were sort of clueless as to this stuff, because why would you send an image with a, basically a green screen? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so yeah, he's got an awkward green outline around him.
called Taco, as well as some other members developed an interesting little theory about the God Box that I'll share here. So the God Box may represent a scam link that down.
Yeah, so I waste time just putting this like picture everywhere, pointing at whatever's relevant. It's kind of funny.
Loads of virus. Think about it. The Box Club probably mistakenly believes.
Also, I'm pretty sure you can see like parts where I haven't cut out like the green. Like you can there's like specks on the Box Club leader on this image, and I'm pretty sure that's from the like pointing avatar, like because I haven't cut everything out.
The box contains unlimited power, whereas it likely
Yeah, like that's from the avatar. Like now SMG1 has the dots on him.
contains a mixture of what SMG1 and the leader said, being both a malicious force and granting unlimited power by transforming you into a virus. A scam trick.
Yeah, I mean, this was cool. This was like, because we still didn't know what the God Box was. This could have been like a cool sort of like explanation.
I thought this would explain what Zero is the best.
Yeah.
It
How
seemed really
it
interesting for him.
explained why the God Box would have made him a virus, specifically. I originally made a video where I speculate if there's going to be a college arc episode that week. And then also, I made a video where I talk about how the playlist didn't update on time.
Null here. So
Because usually they update the series playlist before, like, a day or so before the Saturday, but like on this day they hadn't updated it in a while, and so I thought that was worth making a video about, a 30-second video about this.
it's now
like released,
Saturday and the
which I
SMG force.
which I assume I released this like 5 hours before the episode released or something, It's just sort of a random thing to make a video on.
Saturday and the SMG4 series playlist.
Also, like now, I would just make a community post about something like this. But yeah, I just made videos about everything. But then obviously this is my first video so obviously this, am I cutting out on Discord? I have. Am I talking on Discord? Hello? Is my thing working? Can you hear me, Chrus? Oh. Did I just cut out? 'Cause for some reason my green ring wasn't flashing when I was talking.
Yeah, you cut out for a while, but
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Okay, that was weird. Anyway, so we're finally, after skipping some of the videos, because literally some of these are just 30-second videos updating you on something really minor that happened. But we finally get to Revelations arc theories. I think my first video to reach 10k views. Let me check that. Yes, it's at 15k now. But I'm pretty sure this is my first video to... Was it my first to reach 1k? Because I think this is my first to reach 10k. 2. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's not, but... Yeah, this is a big video for my channel. So Absolute Betrayal just released. And, yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, you see my, like, in my script, I was like, wow, that was amazing.
Wow. Holy shit. Alright, where to even fucking begin?
Wow.
As I predicted, on April...
What way to begin that? But yeah, this like confirmed a lot of the stuff I'd been talking about for a while, so it's like a big moment, right? And this video was very important.
2nd, which is 2 weeks from now. We can probably expect a trailer for it next Wednesday, similar to the timeline.
Yeah, I think I got that right. Oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the 10-year anniversary movie and its trailer. The arc is called Revelations, and the reason the SMG4 series playlist took so long to update was because there was a new playlist created. This was a name someone...
Yeah, look,
There it is.
I show it, I remember this, yeah. I showed how
My
you...
prediction.
Yeah, so you predicted it 3 hours before the video released. So that's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
in my Discord literally predicted today, and fits very well, as we are going to get all the answers to...
That way they phrased that sentence, like that description for the arc, the final arc, to end the SMG4 cosmology lore. So like the way they phrased that could have been done way better, because it wasn't the final arc. But the way they phrased it...
Yeah, I remember how many people misinterpreted.
Yeah, this is such an odd way to phrase that. Like, obviously they mean the final cosmology arc, but, you know, so strange. But I think they came up with the cosmology lore, like, name, and I quite like that. That's quite a good name. Obviously, because I still call it that saga, the cosmology saga, so... I think that's where that term originates from.
To the Genesis arc is shown by the playlist description, which means it will be the final arc to the lore, not the final arc I think, and the book of Genesis was the first book of the Bible, while the book of Revelations was the last. The playlist includes 6 episodes, 5 of which have already been released, and the other one is provided, and is likely next week's episode or the Revelations movie.
Well, it was actually the trailer, I think. I wasn't expecting... They put the trailer in the playlist to, like, make it seem like there was more videos than there was. Only 6. That's so low.
I'm surprised.
And again, they could have put the To Become a God video, which would have made a lot of sense, and just didn't do it.
Not all the 7 episodes I thought would be in it are there, so kinda like how I think Mario Babies and SMG4 Goes Insane are part.
Actually, I think SMG4 Goes Insane, that was a video that made sense to remove from that playlist. It was very loosely...
Yeah, that wasn't...
Very, very loosely connected. Although it's technically where the name SMG0 first appears, because he like mentions it like when he's going crazy. So I guess that's the origin of that, because again, like Mario just name drops SMG0 in the other universe video. So, I mean, I guess it's important for that. I guess because this name drop the SMG0 thing.
Did you ever see when the Genesis Arc playlist was first made? The Internet Graveyard episode was in there.
Yeah, I remember that.
For some reason.
Yeah, I remember that. It was in there, like, in 2 Arc playlists. It's to be honest, like that was so unnecessary because like people were probably going to watch the YouTube arc before the Genesis arc, so you didn't need to put that in there. But also it's just very disconnected, I would say. Like that playlist was weird. Wasn't it originally called Super Meme Genesis? That's actually a cool name. That's a cool name. Kind of wish they kept that, but it makes sense they shortened it and added arc.
Headcanon. The missing college episodes are in my headcanon for the Revelations arc. So Null's not real theory was true. Not surprised, honestly. Null's is also SMG.
I think I pissed someone off in the comments because they're like, not surprised? I was surprised. That's just referring to how that was a talking point on my channel for ages. So, like, it wasn't like a surprise to me. It was cool to see it revealed, like, properly, but, like, obviously I was sort of expecting it, but also, like, you know, the idea was already solidly in my mind that that's a possibility of what could happen. So that's, yeah, I probably could have written that better, because yeah, I know, like, some people are like, wow, I was why did I put this in? Wait, why don't I use my little text transition from, like, you'd see in a PowerPoint, like, with the box?
0. Also not surprised. Niles appears to have been making Melanie stronger in order for...
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that text, real talk, this scene fucking creepy, that's cringe, why did I write that?
Niles appears to have been making Melanie stronger in order for a takeover of her, and her power must be pretty intense, if she is able to open a...
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about how she's able to literally tear a hole. I feel like only like external stuff like the USBs should be able to like move through universes. I don't really like how she can do that for some reason.
Yeah.
A portal to another dimension. Messiah theory was also true, but the Messiah ended up being Melanie, not Niles. Although Niles was controlling Melanie and her...
Yeah, that sword being the key to other universes is still dumb. I mean, but yeah, whatever.
It's probably just her DD powers, but that still doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Sleep, in order to set up the box club, and make them search for the God box, and help enable Melanie and himself reach the real world, partly by creating that spaceship, which will probably be important. The leader likely did not...
Why did I use like an outline for this text and not any text I used before? But also, like, this outline is too thick, I think. Alternatively, maybe Niles makes it so the leader sees him. No, that isn't what happens. I was a bit confused when I watched Absolute Betrayal originally, because I thought the Box Club leader could see Niles. Obviously, that's not what happens. But...
recognize Melanie in Mario and the God box, because when they fought she was in her college and fierce deity outfits. Also, the leader is with Melanie. I wonder what will happen there. The great...
It dies in the first 8 minutes.
Beyond was indeed referring to the real world, as a portal to the real world.
Oh, did I call that? I don't remember if that was something I predicted.
Was created into the glitch production set specifically, and SMG1 says that is where the God box exists. So we know SMG0 plans to head to the real world, probably to confront Luke and the glitch productions team.
That would have been cool. That didn't happen. They just have a cameo.
We know real life Luke is behind this story, so this would make sense, as Zero can likely recreate his old universe using Luke, or he may even be after revenge, as there is the theory that Luke destroyed Zero's universe, as it may have been a prototype
Yeah, what could have been?
Universe, and so once the SMG concept was proved to work, Luke erased Zero's universe. Since the God...
See, that would have been such a cool idea. I come up with such cool, like, theories that sort of makes the end product kind of underwhelming.
Box exists in the real world. Perhaps this means it doesn't exist at all, and represents something else? Or maybe it does exist, and Luke uses it for something. Bro, I'm just not sure at the moment.
Why is this text black and red? Is this meant to be about Zero or Niles? Is that why? Yeah, the way Niles acts is a bit weird when in retrospect you know he's Zero. Like some scenes. It's kind of weird.
Oh, I need more time to mull over this video. I'll have...
Yeah, so this was one of the most important videos for my channel, because I think this is my first one to possibly get 1k, might not have been this one, but this is my first one to get 10k views, I think. That's vague memories. Yeah, so after this I make a whole video about where Melanie moved to. I make that its own video.
Hey all.
Also,
Melanie
did I?
was packing up her
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I did a thing where as the Revelations arc went on, I was like changing my profile picture. So I have him have those like
Oh yeah.
glowing red eyes in that from then on.
I'll hear. So remember how Melanie was packing up her stuff from Axel's apartment during the beginning of Mary?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure when I made that first video talking about how she was moving, or was this the first video? No, yeah, when I made a video about how she was moving, I think that's where I plugged my Discord server. That's when I had created it, I think. So it's not this video, but it's the one that I'm referencing in this one, I think.
Video and the God Box. Well, we've seen where she has moved to at the beginning of Absolute Betrayal, and it appears to be an apartment in some larger...
Look how bland this. It looks a bit better, and it's got to be perfect because they decorated it a bit. But it's so weird. Like, why is this where she moved to? Like the old one was way more aesthetically like interesting.
building. As we can see, it connects to a hallway with presumably more rooms. So where has she moved to?
Yeah, that just moves for no reason. It's so weird. So yeah, there's oh my god, remember this video with its thumbnail? Axel we revived, and yeah, I don't know how to show the thumbnail because it just went away on the stream, but it's like a really funny thumbnail after. But I think this it starts with like a joke.
Oh well, LMAO, how you got 'em. Obviously there is the fact that it would ruin...
It basically just talks about how they won't bring him back. He might just get a cameo at some point in the movie, and I was right. I called it. Yeah, I made a whole video about the fate of the Box Club leader. I don't remember what I say, but he dies in the first 8 minutes. That's his fate. I'm still annoyed about that. Then a Revelations trailer theories. What did I say in this one?
Hey all. So that trailer was awesome, but just as I predicted, very vague about the movie. We've learned some things though. For one, that portal did not lead directly to real life as I thought,
Well, I mean,
and instead
I was wrong
seems to
here.
lead to
It does.
some vast space area.
I was wrong here.
We also see Mario, SMG4...
The USB spaceships are sort of weird when you think about it. like
Yeah, I agree.
Like the USBs by themselves function as like spaceships, but also like they're shown to be indestructible in their base form, yet these ships can be destroyed. So it's like, why would you turn them into the ships if they become more vulnerable? Like they're indestructible when they're in their like base form. Like a nuke can't destroy it, so kind of weird.
and 3 use a spaceship that appears to be a modified version of 4's USB, although whether this is actually SMG4's USB, or just another ship that they created, I dunno. It's probably safe to assume that 1 and the 2nd of May have a ship styled after
Does it say 1 and the 2nd? 1 and the 2nd. SMG seconds.
one's Guardian pod as well, and perhaps the rest of the gang have a ship similar to Zero's current ship.
Yeah, that's when I thought they would play a role. Like, they just get sidelined at the start.
It seems to me that this trailer may be suggesting that part of this movie will be a space adventure, with the goal being to reach the God Box, which is fun.
Yeah, the weird thing is that the God Box gets opened in the opening scene. I kind of wish there was more build up to it. And it's like, you know, I mean, I know the whole movie's set inside it, but I don't know. It would have been really interesting if there was like it's like tense build up to, oh, is he going to be able to open it, and oh, what's
Yeah.
inside it,
Fucking man. However, I think it
Did I
is
say fucking? What?
massive. However, I think it is probably
Oh yeah, so it's fucking massive. I remember now.
God box, which is fucking massive. However, I think it is probably a in-universe representation for something else, likely being Luke's PC in my opinion.
Almost PC parts.
Lastly,
Yeah, that was
I
almost
imagine
correct.
Melanie may
Yeah.
be trapped within that castle area, which is probably within her or Zero's mind, and maybe Niles will be with her too, and perhaps it is
It would have been cool to see them interact more. They didn't interact much after Absolute Betrayal.
here that Zero will explain his backstory. Also, the scene was a JoJo reference for Mayo.
I definitely didn't catch that. That was definitely why did I make a video about this banner change? This doesn't have anything of relevance other than showing there's something evil inside the God Box, which you already knew. Why did I make a video on this? Why?
Oh,
It's 16 seconds. It's so short.
they're not here. The SMG.
Although to be fair, I did make a 7-second video when we figured out how long the movie was. It's literally just saying, "Oh, it's 50 minutes." By the way.
Channel banner has just changed again. Now it
Although a weird thing about this banner, they forget to put the S for Revelations, and then later on they change it. But I'm pretty sure they overlay like 2 different images because the God Box gets like duplicated, where you can see like a different one behind the like main one, and so it's kind of weird that they fucked up the banner a bit.
is mostly promoting the new movie. However, we do get more confirmation that whatever is in the God Box is most likely rather sinister.
Wow, you don't think you think it might be sinister?
Hail here.
Oh shit! Wow, look at that.
So we're
Oh
gonna make
yeah,
a
did I make that?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, you were the one
That-
who did this. I don't know what you did. What did you do?
Literally just threw it in a deep fryer.
Yeah, so I assume I made like after the trailer released, I then made it even more like well, because obviously I gave my profile picture like the red eyes after Absolute Betrayal. And I guess after the trailer or a week had passed, I gave him like this effect that you made for me.
Oh, no Null here. So we're
The Guardian Pod ship theory. I don't remember what this is about.
make a prediction for this Saturday's episode. So as we see that SMG4, 3 and Mario were riding in a modified version of SMG4's USB. Perhaps the next episode will revolve around the gang.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be an episode before the movie, which explains, which is basically setting up the movie.
Yeah,
sort of
me
like
too.
sort of like the final piece, but instead we got Mario reacts to Nintendo memes for.
I thought it was just gonna be how they get out of the basement.
Yeah, they just that just sort of happens in the movie. They just sort of escape off
Yeah,
off
so
screen.
quickly.
Yeah.
themselves, and then heading to wherever SMG 1 and 2 hid the Guardian pods after what for 2000.
Which is under the mattress. Yeah, I love that. That was so like worth like undermining the Genesis arc for that one joke.
21, assuming that they still exist in the SMG4 universe despite being unplugged by Luke at the end. Of what fee? Then there.
Why was that massive pause? There's obviously something wrong with the TTS.
They transform all 4 pods into ships, with SMG 1 and 2 using 1's pod, while perhaps
Yeah, I thought the rest of the cast would be in the movie. Like, this is something I expected.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like, there's just it's a bit, like, especially Meggy. Like, she played a role at the beginning of like the Revelations arc. So, but then she's just sidelined, just at the end, where she does nothing.
Meggy, Seiko and Terry group up together in 1 and Luigi, Boopkins and Bob group up in the last one. I imagine them heading through to the portal to the great beyond will be the end of next episode, with perhaps Melanie and SMG's
Again, like this arc really needed more videos.
Zero not appearing at all until the movie, or appearing only briefly. But keep in mind this series is impossible to predict,
Yep.
so I could be very wrong lol.
So this,
Hail.
oh
Hail.
shit, Wait, so this is
Oh,
before...
another one.
This is before the movie still, I assume. But he's got even worse. What happened? Why don't... What?
No Null here. In the Revelations trailer, we are seemingly shown that the Guardian pods will be returning.
By the way, some of these images I pulled all the way back from 2022 that I still use in videos to this day. Like that image of the USBs in real life, I think I used that recently in a video. I still have the same mega folder for Revelation stuff.
As I did in my previous video, this means the Guardian pods must still exist within SMG4's universe somewhere, despite being unplugged from the universe in real life by Luke at the end of WatchFi 2021. Perhaps this means, when Luke unplugged the USBs, their forms within the SMG4 universe.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, for this TTS I use, you have to like put gaps in between certain acronyms so he'll actually like say them correctly. Yeah, I made a whole video about, oh, where do they hide them? Turns out just for a joke. It's just used for a joke. It's under the mattress. Yeah. Yeah, there's not any more. There's only one more video in here, but I swear I put more videos in this playlist. Like the one that was about a 7-second video about the length of the movie. I swear I put that in here, but it wasn't on here. That's weird. Let me check on my. But yeah, my old videos. To be honest, not too much different to my more recent videos. It's just, especially in 2024, I still use the same text-to-speech. It's just, you know, usually I'd use actual video clips a lot more. I'd have a background, and like the images would be like shrunk down a bit, so it was a bit more visually interesting than a PowerPoint presentation. And obviously now like the very, very slow progression towards actually voicing my videos. I voiced my most recent theory video, which is like first time ever. None of my scripted videos before then were voice. The only videos I used my voice in were the model showcases, I think. But now I use my voice all the time because of this live streaming stuff. But yeah. Oh, I did have this in this playlist, so why didn't it appear? I put more in here. Did it just cut off at a certain point? I think it must have cut off. Like, yeah, there's more videos here. It doesn't import them all. Okay, that's strange. Well, yeah. So yeah, Revelations is 50 minutes long, 7-second video just to announce that.
Oh yeah, wasn't there one where Discord M's leaked a frame from the movie?
Yes, I've got it here.
And
Revelations scene.
I think it was me that pointed it out.
I can't remember. Someone posted it. Someone who wasn't us posted a screenshot of how they had gotten that weird Discord thing where it played a bit of you know, like the you know, when you hover over a video, it will, in YouTube and Discord, it will play a tiny bit, and obviously that, for some reason, for that person it worked, and so they were able to see a clip that they screenshotted, which is here, of them holding hands after being corrupted with anti-meme energy. And yeah, so this was really fun. Okay, obviously when I made this video it was on April Fool's, so I had to clarify that it's not an April Fool's video, that really was a leaked screenshot. And I think in one of Sybil's videos after the movie, he actually they threw a bit of shade at me, because I think they mentioned how I wasn't going to cover leaks. Like Sybil said something like, "Oh, I'm not going to cover leaks on my channel," which I think was directed. Obviously, it wasn't like a slight at me. Like, they were just saying, unlike some people, I'm just not going to leak stuff because I don't think that's fair to them. And like, yeah, fair enough. Like, like it's sort of a spoiler that I just advertised on my channel to those of people who might not have wanted it. So like, fair enough. But yeah. But there's also the April Fool's Day video I made before that leaked thing, which I had to clarify wasn't April Fool's, because again that released on April 1st, because the movie released on April 2nd and the premiere was put on April 1st. But yeah, let's see the April Fool's video I made about the movie being delayed. Did you fall for this?
No.
What the dog
Oh my god, yeah, this is a meme video. About, oh, it's about the leg thing. It's about the leg thing, isn't it? Yeah.
doing?
This is the most editing I've ever done in a video, by the way, at this point. This is just your average lanky box video. Oh, I didn't cover this, but yeah, I made this image during the Genesis arc. This is like a really rough mock-up of what I thought his silhouette might have like been, like you know, if it wasn't a silhouette. And it just looks so like horrifying. Like I put the Terraria eye in like in his like head. It's so weird because I thought he'd be like a stick figure, so that's why like it just looks so strange. Who made this? Someone made this. It looks very good.
Yeah.
What the dog doing?
Just using random sound effects. My humor is so fucked. I still find this funny. Oh, this... I don't know what this links to. I can't remember. It's some meme. Wait, I'm gonna figure out who this links to. Wait. I actually can't remember. Why does it have to be... Someone have to type up? Okay, so... I've got to type up this entire fucking URL to check what I linked. Okay. HTTP... okay. So HTTPS, yeah. YouTube.com. www.com/watch ? V equals NDW EA ZZZ CBC. Okay, what the hell does this link to?
I don't like writing essays, but
No one
here are my
cares.
marks for them. So bestie, I'm going to tell it to
Oh my god. Okay, now I see why I linked this. Alright, so I think this video called it's called C# nullable reference types. No more null reference exceptions. So yeah, I linked this just because I obviously typed in no null, and this is a video that popped up. So some programming video. Okay, no, that makes sense why I linked that. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Like, there's some other theory videos we skipped over, but this is the gist of things with my channel. There are some other videos I might want to look at though. If I just link the playlist back. So obviously it's sort of relevant now because we've got some stuff possibly coming soon, but I want to go all the way down. New SMG4 character? Who is this? Oh yeah, this is...
Here. So in the latest
When we do the Veritas arc rewatch, I'm probably going to discuss this here, but I started to experiment with Gmod, and instead of using a PNG tuber, I used like different video files of the Box Club leader in a fire room, and like you change expression. Well, I thought he would change expression. Maybe that's something I did later, and this is just still like basically essentially just an image, but it's like for all purpose it serves. The only thing moving is the fire. But yeah, I made a whole video about Karen's introduction, and obviously there's not much here to say other than, oh, new character. Will there be an arc? There wouldn't be. I don't think I suggested there would be.
Yeah.
But now there is. Like, it would eventually come true if you said, oh, I think there's going to be an arc with this character, because it would eventually come, because it's now coming soon, with what they just revealed recently.
Yeah, I think everyone said it was an arc back then just because it was a new character.
Yeah. You see, that's
Kind of like
yeah, obviously.
Box Club leader or Niles.
Yeah, but those actually made sense because there were actual like things you could work on. This was just a new character, and there's not much to go off. There was way more that Depresso thing, like when people thought there'd be an arc about him, but that made way more sense because that almost is like that ending came across like a cliffhanger. So,
I thought that was gonna be a two-parter. Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was going to go somewhere. It just didn't. Just never went anywhere. But yeah, this is sort of. I have not rewatched any of these, since 2022, like when I made them. So I think they, for what they are, like the start of my channel, I wasn't taking things too seriously. They hold up well, especially some of the writing. Like I think some of the stuff I came up with actually pretty interesting. Kind of odd how I'd make these 1-minute videos to just because obviously I didn't have access to the community tab, so I just made these videos about really minor changes like banner changes or the playlist updating. It's just funny to look back at. But this was a fun look back through memory lane. I don't think of anything else to talk about. I mean, I've got all this old art back from then. Like I've got some meme images and stuff. Let me just find them. What memes? Oh yeah, I remember. One of my videos had this like God box waifu that someone made as the thumbnail. Called. Yeah, I was gonna turn that into a character, to some extent. In the Veritas arc, where my own interpretation of a God box waifu. Like that was a plan at one point. But obviously, oh my god, I love this image. He's credited in the image Royal. I think he's Royal. Look at that. It's like Chad, box club leader. What else do I have in here? I have a bunch of old art in here. I've got. I think this is meant to be the box club leader as a girl. But this is made by Mario. I don't know I honestly don't know what's going on here. I can't remember the context. Do you remember the context of this? Because I genuinely cannot remember.
No.
What was the context of this image? Oh god, the Revelations arc period of my channel was so fun. It was just like so fun to theorize about it, and with everyone in the Discord. I was got a lot of good memories from this time. Do I have my? Why is Kanye West? I don't know why this is in here. I must have been planning to use it for a video. On the SMG4 wiki, there's an entire page about Kanye West. Like they go into a lot of detail about him in like real life. What? Why? Why is this here? It's so strange. Yeah, I genuinely can't think of anything else to talk about. I don't think there's any more like interesting videos from around this sort of period that I want to bring up that isn't the Veritas arc, which is obviously a full different stream. Like that's big enough to be its own thing. Yeah, I mean, after the Revelations arc, I never made a review of it or anything. The closest I got is that I made a video about things I would change, and I know it's like SMG0 should have like textures damaged when Fred dies. It was like nitpicks basically. Oh, I made a video about what to expect from Arc 7. Oh my god, let's watch this.
Hey.
I think the craziest thing to come from this stream is learning that "Hey all" was not always my catchphrase that I started my videos with. That was so crazy. I genuinely cannot believe that. Actually, I'm gonna mod you in chat. Just give me a sec. I just saw you chat. Add as moderator. Save. Yeah, let's go. Let's see what because oh my god, this is gonna be, when the lawsuit arc was coming out, it's like, yeah, I could get behind this, and then slowly over time it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Had such a good idea, just not executed that well.
Ew.
And some of the episodes at the beginning were perfectly fine. To be honest, it kind of just went downhill in the second to last video, and definitely the last video.
No Null here. So with the revelations
Yeah, when they
arc
did
wrapped
the
up,
character, whatever you call it, when they wiped the entire cast, when they did that again, I thought this time they would actually make it last
Well,
a few
you,
episodes, or
I
at least
remember,
a couple.
I remember defending it. It's like, well, surely they're not just gonna repeat the YouTube arc. They're surely gonna do something
Yeah,
different.
same.
I was just I just couldn't think that they would just basically do the same thing again. Like, it's just.
But then they did.
Yep, then they did.
that leaves an important question now. Will there be another story arc this year? Typically there is only...
I mean, I called it, I guess. Oh my god, when they do the Karen stuff, can they please make this an arc with a playlist? Can this go back to traditional arcs? I want that back, to be honest. I kind of miss it, like the hype of a new playlist and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I really only got to experience that for, the last two arcs, because and the Genesis arc. Like, I didn't get that for the other ones, so I kind of want to experience that again.
one story arc each year. However, this arc has been unconventional in two ways. Firstly, it has finished incredibly early into the year, and second...
Yeah, in many ways Revelations was quite different and strange. Like, it's spread over 2 years, and well, not in terms of length, but in terms of like, it was, some of it was in 2021, and it was like massive filler like in between each video, and it was very short, and it ended early in the year, and it ended with a movie, and it was quite strange.
It spanned both this
Yeah.
year and last year. Therefore, 2022 has not really
I
felt...
still haven't fixed the this avatar still has that like green screen dots like over this like over the images I've been putting up. I still haven't fixed that. I guess I didn't realize that that's still a problem.
felt like it has an arc of its own, and there is still the rest of this year left, so it would be strange if we got no new arc in the remainder of this year. So, I believe there will likely be another arc this year, and this would not be unprecedented, as 2018 had 2 arcs, and technically so did 2021. What I imagine is that this year's next arc may be more tame and low stakes than Revelation.
Oh, how I wish. How I wish. But no, we got literally another high stakes. Well, it's not exactly end of the universe, but it's still high stakes. Like complete change of the status quo if they lose. So, yeah.
Due to the intensity of that arc.
The thing is, that could work for a thing where Nintendo is the villain. It's just, why'd it have to end with Watfy in the way it did? Like, again, the idea for the lawsuit arc was fantastic. They just mess it up in the execution.
Yeah, they just copy and pasted the YouTube arc.
Yep.
So the SMG-14 may want to make a more relaxed story following it, making it more akin to Rapper Bob arc.
How I wish. I mean, hopefully that's what we're gonna get with the Karen arc, like more low stakes thing. Like, I don't see how they could turn it into end of the universe stakes. So I'm quite excited for that. Actually, like, I'm really hyped for what they're doing this year.
Yeah, we definitely need them to stop building up so many stakes.
Well, this need to. I would just like more variety in stories. Well, I don't think having high stakes stories is bad at all. I really like that actually, but there's obviously a lot of good things that come if you make something high stakes. It's just, I would like low stakes again. Rapper Bob, I would just like that again. Like Rapper Bob, or even the Psycho mini arc, like something like that again. Would just be nice. And I think that's what they're going to do. I genuinely think the Karen thing will be a low stakes, more grounded story. Like, I can't see how they would make it high stakes. Even if they introduce, even if they introduce Mr. Puzzles into it, like, I don't see how they will make it a high stakes thing. But who knows? Maybe Mr. Puzzles is the father of her children. Who knows? Can you imagine if that's the case? Oh yeah, this is like unrelated, but I keep seeing how in my survey you're saying, like the Puzzle Vision saga is still ongoing, and you think, oh, I hope they end it this year. I would argue the saga ended with the movie, and that since then we've just gotten, because of the saga was sort of about his plan, and then obviously the movie was the end of his plan, and then everything afterwards has been just about him as a character. I would argue that's what a distinction. So, I mean, I guess your problem is how they've been focusing on him for such a long time.
Yeah, like it's been 2 years since he was technically introduced as TV adware, and I don't know. It just seems like they're stretching his story out so much.
Well, that's almost certainly because they had never planned to bring him back after the movie, because like you can tell, like the Meme Factory arc,
Yeah.
like that was not planned before the movie, like but I mean, I would kind of disagree that I mean, what happens in 2025 with his prison break, like they should basically, what I'm hoping will happen, they'll make him a side antagonist in this new arc. They'll give him a little character arc, and then actually make it good this time. And then that will be the last major thing he does. Obviously, they can still keep him around as a character and like do stuff. But yeah, he probably shouldn't get so much focus. Obviously I do want him to return and for him to have some focus, because I mean, for starters, like that'll be good for my channel. He makes me so many views, man. Yeah, but also I like him. I want him to do stuff, so I do hope they do something. I just hope they do something interesting with him, like character-wise, like make up for his awful writing in 2024 and do something interesting. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to explain it in more detail in a video that I'm going to release soon, though.
Perhaps still with greater stakes than the rapper Bob Barker's Luke did say in the 5
Oh my god, Mark Reed is still in chat. He's saying, I miss my TV guy. Well, that's a new variation on it. Mark, when he actually does come back, right, please, you need to join my stream, right? I need to see your reaction to it.
That he did not like how nothing grand happened in that arc. Furthermore, as we know,
Oh yeah, this was before he was brought in.
That will likely be coming at some point this year. I think that we'll likely see Arc 7 focused on Seiko.
That's almost right. I mean, the next story focused on her, so I mean, I'm kind of right.
And developing her character more, and this is where Keizo is then introduced. We know Keizo is supposed to have been the protagonist of the game Seiko is from.
Yeah, that's not the case. They completely retcon what this game is about. It's meant to be a dating sim, yet when you see it in the, Kaizo's video, it's like more presented where he's talking about going on a battle royale and stuff, and it's like, that was not what this game was originally about. It's meant to be a Doki Doki Literature ripoff. Like, what is this?
From supposedly even her love interest, so this would be a fitting way to introduce his character. Also, a new character seems to be introduced in every arc.
I'll have a little graphic here. Yeah, pretty much, except Rapper Bob. Don't know why I didn't put SMG1 and 2 here. Well, I guess technically they weren't introduced in the arc. They were introduced in it was the Sunset Paradise teaser episode, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that's where they originated.
Yeah, they were hobos, Hobo 1 and 2.
And most new characters are introduced in arcs. So
Ox? What? What's that? He's been saying it correctly up until that point. Why did it just mispronounce it? Did I mistype it? Orcs? Sounds like orc. That's crazy. Oh, how disappointed I must have been when the Lawsuit arc came out. What other videos do I have from this time? Because I think I've taken pretty much everything up until Veritas arc. That's when I stopped pulling videos. Oh yeah, there's the God Box Evil that has the waifu in the thumbnail.
Hey all.
Yeah, I love the thumbnail. I think I've still got it saved. I'm gonna find it actually so I can show the stream. There we go. Where is it? I know I saved it. I definitely didn't delete this. Oh yeah, here it is. But I named this file Godbox Hot. Yeah, I hope I credited the artist. I think I did. And like it's saying you want unlimited parrots. It's so funny. This is such a funny thumbnail. Anyway, back to the video.
No Null here. The God Box is one of the most mysterious.
Oh yeah, I put it all. New Mario does things today. Don't remember which one it was. Was it the Baldi Basics one? Is that what came next? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
No
I
Null
remember
here.
you made an entire video about what the next Mario does.
I did, and
is-
did I? I remember I put a video about what the next If Mario Was In would be, because that playlist got updated. I thought it would be Elden Ring, but it was actually Roblox. I remember that. I made a whole video about that. I definitely made a video about a playlist being updated, but I don't remember if I made one about this series, because I don't think I cared that much, even back then, so...
The God Box is one of the most mysterious entities, and one of the best ways for...
Oh yeah, I do credit him. Okay, Nemesis
Oh.
Pax, 1986. That guy made this art.
SMG4. Due to its
It's good art. I like how they interpret this as a waifu.
and one of the best wafers in SMG4. Due to its mysterious nature, I thought I'd explain everything we know about it in this video, as well as go over some speculation and theories I have about its nature. So
See, I like it having some mystery, but I would say it being almost entirely unexplained is bad writing. Like, come on, you could have given us something in the movie called Revelations.
God Box is just
Yeah.
a cardboard box in the real world, owned by Luke, which contains his broken PC stuff, such as his old hard drives.
Yo, what's up, Macroma?
In these old, corrupted hard drives are many corrupt universes.
See, I like this. I like how they sort of link back to that line where SMG1 says Zero destroyed multiple universes, and then we kind of see this. Like this, we see multiple different corrupted universes, which could be implied to be ones he destroyed. I like that. That's actually good.
I kind of wish we would have seen more out of 1 and 2's old universe.
I mean, I guess it's nice it got a cameo, though it does create the bit of a plot hole. You see, SMG0's USB was stuck here, and he called it back during Genesis, yet we now know this universe was inside the God Box, so how did the USB get out of the God Box? But then there's also the plot hole of how did it physically move, because obviously, why would Luke pick it up and plug it back in? How would Zero make Luke do that? And so the USB just somehow magically plugs into the new computer. Although I guess it's sort of implied that maybe in real life they can move, maybe based off how SMG Zero travels to the God Box in his USB. So I don't know, kind of not explained well.
Yeah.
Though we do not see it, SMG0 and Niall's old mage universe is likely contained within the God Box somewhere as well.
So,
The God Box also contains all of these corrupted universes mems, which upon the
memes.
the corruption of the universes become so corrupted that they become anti-mems, which are highly unstable and far more dangerous than regular corrupted mems.
I don't even try to fix it. I just keep repeating the same incorrect pronunciation.
Be possible that most of the universes within the God Box are corrupted due to SMG0. As we know, he has probably destroyed many universes before Sputnik's, and obviously we've seen Sputnik's universe within the God Box. So we know that God Box contains unlimited power, and this power is so great that upon the box's opening, it begins to immediately pour out, and due to this power's intensity, it brings chaos all the way to SMG4's...
Yeah, kind of weird. How does this happen? Like, it gets into the universe. Kind of weird.
universe on Luke's computer. So I think it likely...
Oh, maybe through the hole. It could have come through that hole, but I don't know.
gains all this power from the broken PC parts, which from the perspective of the game characters are incredibly powerful as it is on computers that entire game universes can be created. However, due to all these parts being broken, this power is rather unstable, hence why the God Box unleashes destructive power if opened.
I guess that makes sense, right? The broken PC parts, so of course they'd be unstable.
Despite being a cardboard box in real life, the God Box takes on a more grand form from the perspective of the video game characters, and also appears to be sentient to some extent. However,
Yeah, which they never explain, you know, what its goal is and why it's doing this, and you know.
whether the God Box is an evil eldritch god or a benevolent god that grants the desires to all who approach it is seemingly up to interpretation. We see it grant the wish of SMG0.
And yeah, this could have been fine as well. I'm fine with lingering mysteries. Like Strangest Things Season 1 could have ended with that mystery at the end, and that would have been fine. Probably better than Season 2. But the thing is, it's just too much unexplained that it's just sort of unsatisfying as a conclusion.
Yeah.
For his universe to be restored to the way it was by creating Niles, after saving SMG0 with a Guardian pod, and summoning him to them in his time of need, which makes it appear benevolent as this was a miraculous act. Then when Niles wishes for him to become perfect due to his slight corruption, the God Box grants it.
What's even weirder about SMG0's backstory, right? It seems like he doesn't know what the USB is, and it like gets like summoned to him, so he's already in the universe before the Guardian pod came, which doesn't make any sense if, you know, compared to like SMG4 and 3 and stuff. And so I know it's just a lot of weird writing decisions in his backstory that just doesn't add up with the Genesis arc.
Him more power to do so, and helps him again by helping to fuse Niles and SMG0 into a powerful virus. This could suggest that the God Box just acts on the will of anyone who needs the help of its power, as obviously what it did for Niles was not very good. However, could it perhaps be a malicious force to some extent? We see that Niles is slightly corrupted, however as to why is left a bit vague. This scene here
Now I'm even way more harsh. I was been like, they just don't explain it because I guess they got lazy. Like, it's just...
could suggest two different things.
Oh, what the hell? I'm using a video clip? What? This is like the first time I've done this. The thing is, I could have always done this. Like, I always had a good PC and I always had OBS, so I don't know why I just didn't do this. Like, why did I never use clips before? Although I am just playing this clip, like, instead of having it as background footage, so I mean... Yeah, look, it's implied that it's corrupting him and making him the way he is. But why?
That the God Box is enacting a bit of control over Niles.
But why? Why is this happening? Oh, they never explain it.
That Niles is
Only
being corrupted
good
by...
explanation is because it's a broken PC, I guess.
Yeah, and it's evil because it's broken.
The God Box's power, which is what created him. We also see that the God Box is possibly the one who gave Niles his plan to achieve perfection as suggested by this scene.
Yeah, it seems like it talks to him and gives him ideas. It's just like, why? Why is it doing this?
Wrong with me. You made me. You need to fix me. How do we become perfect? Of course.
Like, honestly, Marty has more explanation behind why he does the things he does. And he's a silent object too.
Yeah. He just suddenly knows.
To do that, I'll need more power first.
Did the God Box give Niles this plan just to help him, or was it for some malicious reason? Personally, I interpret that God Box as a benevolent entity that just helps people who require its power, no matter if this is...
Although it is presented as evil, like in the framing, so I don't know, man.
for a good or bad reason, as obviously it helped SMG0 as discussed before, but also I just don't see what it would have gained by using Niles, as Niles' goal was just to achieve perfection for himself, which in no way would have helped the God Box. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Lastly, it appears that the God Box is known in legends amongst all the game universes, as both SMG1 and
Why? Why is this the case? Who knows?
2, alongside the box club leader, knew of its existence, and about some of its qualities, such as containing unlimited power, and also unleashing destruction. Though why this is the case is never...
There's so many whys. See, the problem with the cosmology arc, it has a really good... like, the whole thing has really, really interesting ideas and, like, lore. And a lot of it, and, you know, there's quite a lot of it that's executed well, especially in the Genesis arc. You know, unlike the Puzzle Vision saga, where, like, it's mostly the build-up that's executed well. None of the, like, the deeper lore and stuff is actually good at all. The Genesis arc has a lot more going for it, as well as the Revelation, the Cosmology saga. And the problem is that, you know, it suffers from a lot of, like, poor planning, just like the Puzzle Vision saga.
Yeah.
But but it really only affects more minor lore stuff. Like, it's not like a major problem. Like, the Puzzle Vision movie has a lot of major problems, whereas the Revelation, I mean the cosmology lore, mostly, you know, just suffers from some of the lore being more minor lore being inconsistent through like for mostly between the Genesis arc and what's introduced in the Revelations arc. It's usually more nitpicky, my issues with the cosmology lore, but yeah, definitely suffers from a lot of strange writing decisions that just sort of hold it back from being really great. Like, I really love this arc, this saga, but like, it's not. I feel like it's being held back from being great from just a bunch of strange and like poorly thought out writing decisions.
Elaborated on. And that's everything you need to know about the God Box.
Oh, I remember the shipping video, that thumbnail. I love that thumbnail. Melanie manga artist arc. That thing we never got for some reason. To be honest, so looking back, like, this was just a really fun time. Like, I just remember this, like, obviously back then, like, this was purely something I was doing out of interest because I wanted to express my thoughts on this, my autistic thoughts on this series, but I actually have like an outlet to do it on that isn't the SMG4 wiki, so like people would actually hear my thoughts. And this achieved my goal. Obviously, eventually, you know, I saw the Veritas arc in my like whole direction for the channel would change quite a bit, and it would become a much bigger thing. You know, eventually it would get monetized, and you know, I'm gonna get taxed this year for my earnings from this April last year to April this year. Yeah, that's how much money I made. You know, thanks, Mr. Puzzles, I guess. Like, it's literally that character. I owe so much to that fictional character, man. But anyway, this was fun. 3 years. It's kind of crazy. Like, this is 3 years old now. Like, this is something I created on a whim after watching Sybil's videos, and like now it's like, you know, like basically my side hustle. My you know, I don't have a job, so this is technically what I do to earn money. Although I'm in education, so it's not like I need a job at the moment. But yeah, it's like, this has become a huge part of my life, and just looking back at these simpler times is really interesting. Though I would say I don't know. I mean, obviously I have evolved somewhat with like my scripted theory videos, but like it hasn't really changed that much. I've dropped the TTS now, but that was just a recent development. I started to do more interesting stuff with the visuals, like a bit. I remember in 2023, and like even during the lawsuit arc, the Null and Void arc. Do you remember that? I was like doing these gimmicks with my videos, where like doing like Western Spaghetti. I had like my thing was that my little avatar became the TV adware, and doing the lawsuit arc, I had this story going on, where it's animated story where like different characters were getting trapped and being forced to make theory videos, like all the TTS characters. That was fun. I kind of wish I finished that. I didn't really have an idea for where to take it. I think that's why I stopped it. Also, it took forever to make videos that should have been really simple to make because I was doing these animations on them. I should rewatch the Null and Void arc. I should do that at some point. But yeah, I don't have much more to say, to be honest. Do you have anything you want to say about like my channel or like back then or?
Well, your videos have become longer, right?
I don't know. I got some 8-minute videos in there here. Like the first video was 8 minutes. My newest theory video was 12. So obviously the main difference is that I started to do different kinds of videos after this. Obviously like the animated ones, which are, you know, quite different from these crappy like very barely edited stuff I still make, really. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously my YouTube channel would go on to have, you know, like kind of crazy. Like this channel is, you know, how I'm known in the fan base, and like he's had quite a bit of influence. I mean, there's a lot of videos on my channel that have a ton, like over 100,000 views. Obviously, like do you know that FM acknowledged my existence in a tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know Anadon follows me. And also I've interacted with Inverted Shadow before. But also like I know I've influenced a lot of people with other channels. Like I know I've influenced them to start, and like how they make videos and influenced by me. Like I know you, for example, just ripped me off. Obviously I say that, it's not like I care. Like it's just an original style I came up with. It's just text to speech over PowerPoint presentations that make a theory. I know SMM5, I think he is somewhat based off me. I mean, he used text to speech and he does sort of a similar style. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I had a bit of influence over other people with this shitty channel. But yeah, it's just 3 years. I guess the Veritas arc will be 3 years old soon. And then obviously After Show will be a year old in a few months. This is crazy how time flies. Yeah, here to another 3 years. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about this time period or how I started my channel. Were there any other memes I'm forgetting about? Obviously there was the leg debate. I can't remember anything else. No. Oh yeah, I didn't go over my Genesis arc theory that I came up with. I think I have that saved somewhere. I made a video about it, but let's just read the original text. That'd be better. Where would I have saved this? Maybe in here? Actually, I have no fucking clue. So in terms of like stuff to discuss, I might stream on Friday. I want to do that month in review where I just geek out about the new video about for like 4 hours. I'm also hoping to resume that series where I was rewatching all the arcs with Neo. Hopefully I'll get my other friends who haven't watched before to join. I'm also hopefully going to get Neo to make me a new layout, like commission him to like make me a good stream layout, but also maybe just spruce up my whole channel's visuals, like maybe like a more upgraded version of my current profile picture, maybe something like that. That's the plan, I guess. I have this thing, like my Genesis arc theory video, theory script, like based on the SMT4 wiki in 2021, I made a theory about the Genesis arc. That's my first ever theory I made, I think. I'm trying to find it. I know I have it saved, like the image of it. I just cannot remember where I've saved it. Is it memes? Would I have saved it in memes? Would that make sense? Well, it's not here. Oh, I still have this. If not, I'll just get up the video. Actually, why not just do that? I'll just boot up the video. That makes more sense. It's not... Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. I like the thumbnail to this video. It's, it's like doing that like clickbait like YouTuber like slop channel thing or something.
Yeah.
This is what the fuck? It has like the crappy old design I came up with.
Since
Oh, what the hell? We skipped way into this.
hey guys,
Oh, it's the hey guys. Oh, that Mandela effect is crazy. I just completely forgot. I just did not say hail at one point.
here. So I just reread my old
Yeah, on my on my Wiki account, I'm called well, I was called Blue Copper Wire. You see, I have a thing for my usernames online, just a bunch of random nonsense, just a bunch of random nonsense. That's how I come up with new usernames.
Gen theory that I wrote after the other universe was released.
Yes, this is my first ever theory I made.
I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys, especially.
Yeah, I still can't believe I was an active user on the wiki at one point, like updating it and like commenting in the discussion page. So cringe, bro.
Since it highlights how hard it is to predict the SMG4 series, and why all
Like, I've made multiple videos, I've bashed the wiki. It's like even in some like animation stuff, I've bashed it.
theories
I bash it all the time.
Yeah, I just can't help it. It's so bad. I mean, I'm saying that it's very useful for some things. Like it definitely has a purpose. And there's some things it excels in. Like some of the trivia is actually interesting, but then some of it is like, this is the 13th video to feature this, or this is the 13th video to do this. It's like, what's the point of this trivia? Like, what is the point?
my own current
They
one
just
is
have
to
so
be-
much misinfo too.
Oh yeah, it's also the misinfo. Remember that time? I don't know if you, but basically when Western Spaghetti came out and that map was released, there was this misinfo posted on the wiki about how Viglis made that puzzle vision image. That was just complete misinfo spread from the Discord server, I think, from the SMG4 Discord. Someone just posted that as a meme, I think, and then someone took that and put it on the trivia of the page. Like, why would no context SMG4 have made this image? These
Yeah.
people didn't critically think at all.
And someone just
should not be-
took some random recolor and called it SMG1 or SMG2, I think.
Oh no!
remember
I remember. You know when that Western Spaghetti map got released. Obviously, I made a video showcasing it. Their thumbnail for that was put on the wiki as like one of the images, like in the gallery for that map. Even though that's incorrect, because my thumbnail actually changed the image slightly. They put the text above the Puzzle Vision logo. That's not what the original was. So they've just got an incorrect image because someone took my thumbnail and used that as the image on the wiki. And I know it's definitely my thumbnail because I definitely was the one who changed that image for that thumbnail. So they just took my fucking thumbnail and just posted it on there, even though it's incorrect because the text, when the image was altered for the thumbnail. So I mean, good, well done, guys.
and should not be expected to be exactly what happens. So in this original theory
Okay, I'm not gonna just have the text to speech. I'm just gonna read this. So during the flashbacks, Mario receives some Zero in the movie. We can see this is before I started calling him SMG Zero, I guess. We can see Zero staring at a stick figure. He doesn't look alive. We may infer that Zero may be related to this. Did I come up with his avatar yet? His silhouette actually reminds me. Oh yeah, this is back when I thought, because of the stick figure like model, I thought SMG Zero was like a corrupted stick figure, and that does seem to be the case in like the concept art for him. But I didn't really go with that angle. They made him. Yeah, I didn't really go with that, except for like SMG Zero's design and revelations, I guess, which is sort of stick figure-y, kind of. I mean, in Mage, like their sprites are definitely stick figures. So I guess they kept this. Yeah, actually thinking about it. But I thought Zero.
What
I thought, huh?
episode was this after?
This was made after the other universe.
Oh.
Of course, another reason for so one thing that really tripped me up is obviously I don't think anyone suspected that Zero's silhouette from the other universe, like that circle at the top. Like I thought that was meant to show how he was a stick figure, and he looked like one of those stick figures with the big circular heads. And I thought that was the idea. Obviously, now we know those are like his horns, like his circular sort of horns, whatever they'd be called. And so that really threw me off. I thought he looked like a eldritch stick figure, and that could have been interesting.
And still believe now that the stick figure from Zero's flashbacks was his avatar.
Yeah.
However, since all I had to base Zero's appearance off at the time...
Yeah, like I... Obviously, because I thought this would be a stick figure, and like this circle at the top was his head, I came up with this abomination of like a mock-up for what he'd look like. If I guess it. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. Oh, look at that. Look at that awful. Like, obviously, this was not what I actually thought he'd look like. There's like a mock-up of his like sort of basic design, like without any detail. I obviously did not think he would look like this. Obviously, for some reason, I don't know if I always thought maybe the Terraria eye would be a part of his model. Obviously, it wouldn't be. But, you know, I guess for some reason I thought it was a stick figure, so it's like, yeah, his head is that, you know, circular head that a lot of stick figures have. But then I decided that he would have an eye, because obviously we see, like, the red light is coming from underneath his, what I thought was head. So it's like, oh, maybe his eye is where his neck is, or something. And so it's just come up with this abomination that, you know, not helped by the fact that I can't draw.
Exactly like this, as obviously I'm bad at drawing, and this was supposed to only be a very basic interpretation of what...
I mean, I got that right. I thought he would look way more hideous. And yeah, I was correct about that.
he could look like. I also correctly predict that he may look more hideous. But the fact that I thought he even slightly looked like this is hilarious. Okay, so moving on. I thought that Zero may have been converting Mario not into a new avatar, as that thought wouldn't come across to me just yet, but instead converting him into a new body for...
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's one way you could probably interpret what happened there without the context of the other universe.
For himself after losing the rest of his body in the old universe, which I thought explained why Mario was receiving Zero's memories, as he was...
Yeah, they never really explain that, why he does receive his memories, even if he's being converted into his avatar. Like, it still doesn't make much sense to me. It was just a way for them to tease Zero's backstory, I guess.
Turning into Zero. Obviously we now know he was probably converting Mario into his new avatar reflecting his old one, but I actually like this old...
Yeah.
theory I had. So one thing me and some other people didn't realize was that when...
Release.
Zero left SMG3's USB in his eye-drawn form, that was his entire arm. I believe that SMG0's arm was still inside SMG3's Guardian pod, and that...
Yeah, this is something a lot of people thought. They thought the arm was still inside the Guardian pod, and that it would be released at some point.
SMG0's USB arrived to the SMG4 universe. It would leave and try to break open his own USB in order to free the rest of his body. I did not know that the quarantine remains after the antivirus expired.
Yeah, no one was expecting this. Like, that the quarantine would be up for some reason despite the the antivirus expiring. That's just sort of a way to keep 1 and 2 out of the plot.
And interestingly, I thought that SMG 1 and 2 were dead, since I thought...
Yeah, it's kind of weird how...
Oh yeah,
Zero,
I thought that...
Kind of weird how he gets it. So obviously, this quarantine is still up, but he obviously... I guess the explanation is that, you know, the reason he comes out as an eye and he's able to escape, but they aren't, is that he's able to somehow just slip out of the antivirus by quarantine, but it completely diminishes his form and he becomes a weak, he just becomes a very weak eyeball. I don't know, it doesn't make much sense when you think about it.
Not really.
But he's able to escape somehow, and it somehow weakens him a lot, to the point where he's just a tiny little eye.
That if they were alive, they would have left SMG3's USB, because As I just mentioned, we didn't know the quarantine remained active even after the antivirus expires. So I thought that once Zero's USB arrived, the SMG4 gang would see it fall from the sky, and that they might go inside it and use it to see his backstory after his true form left the USB.
Obviously, the obvious problem with this is why did he summon the USB then?
After being freed by the arm. Me and a lot of other people were expecting to learn of SMG0's backstory and the truth behind the SMGs and USPs in this arc. So
yeah, there was a lot. We all expected his backstory to be explained in Genesis. I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like how they left that a mystery for the next arc. You know, because it allowed his return to be, you know, quite hype, and you know, like him killing off a character meant his return would mean a lot more and stuff. You know, I kind of like what they did.
Yeah. I remember at the time it felt disappointing though.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess.
But it was worth it because Revelations was good.
Yes. Although I will say, I mean, I was sort of disappointed, but I do. Like, it was sort of obvious to everyone who, you know, that that meant the story was not over. Like, he was going to come back. And I mean, for some reason, James, I remember, like, outright confirmed he'd be back. I don't know why he did that, but yeah. Like, we all know he'd come back, so.
As a surprise that we learned very little by the end of the arc, although I did not mind this, as it meant there was more to come, and leaving some mysteries in a story always makes it more interesting.
Of course, Revelations needs to learn that you can't just leave everything as a mystery.
So lastly, I thought the arc would culminate with Zero perhaps actually succeeding at killing Mario and destroying...
Well, Mark Reed, I like Mr. Puzzle's backstory. I mean, I guess if I somehow linked your random chats to this video, maybe, because we're talking about backstory, and so, yeah, it's somehow been relevant to the topic, kind of. Well done, Mark.
Destroying the SMG4 universe, since we did not know of his true intentions of creating his own universe, and that this would force the gang to leave the universe and seek help from real-life Luke and Kevin in a third Mario in real-life video.
Yeah, I was expecting this real-life stuff to be way more important than it was ever, actually.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
I think everyone was.
Yeah, I was completely surprised at how little it had to do with anything at all. Like the Genesis arc is the most, you know, it's ever relevant. Like, it's barely a thing in Revelations.
No, I still think this may eventually happen.
Haven't they unlisted these videos? Like, real life, or are they still up?
Oh yeah, that was because the location got doxxed.
Yeah, not surprising to be honest. They did show off quite a bit.
Since we know that the USPs are from real life and that real life Luke has a role in all of this. In real life, the gang would learn the truth of the USBs and with the help of Luke and...
I'm just going to ignore what I'm saying, because it's just a fan predicting, like, it's basically a fan story at that point. But those are these bullet points. Here's a full list of questions I have that I don't know how to explain. How did SMG1-2 knows it? That never gets explained. Never gets explained. Did SMG3 and 4 have memories before they landed in the kingdom, or were they awake for the first time? Well, we know that it's assumed they were, you know, awoke for the first time when they landed. How is SMG0's USB different from the others? Yeah, this is explaining that plot hole that never gets explained. What are the Guardian Pods and SMGs? What are their purpose? We can speculate on that. Like, it's very heavily implied. The purpose is for content on YouTube, but they'd never actually give us a definitive answer on what their purpose is. The SMG0 avatar stuff is answered eventually. What were SMG3 and 4's purposes? It's never confirmed, but again, it's very heavily implied what their purpose was. Why does SMG1 look different to Sputnik? I mean, that is, I guess it's technically explained in that joke. It looks flattened. I guess that is the explanation. Wait, just, he got flattened or something. I mean, the real explanation is that they wanted him to look visually distinct from 2, and so they made him a square.
I feel like they should have actually explained it, though.
And then the last bullet point is just about SMG2's USB. This was long, and I don't know if it was any good. Never made a theory before. Yeah, this was my first one. My first proper theory, right here. Back in 2021. Yeah, I mean, I think like that's a good place to end off my first ever theory. I would rate that a 6, 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It had some interesting ideas in there. A lot of it was wrong, but you know. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. I think I might just end the stream here. This was fun. The origins of my channel, you know, and some of my really old videos that I hadn't watched in a long time. Obviously, I know I want to rewatch the Null and Void arc at some point. That'll be fun. And talk about how it might have gone. I also want to do the Veritas arc rewatch, which hopefully you'll be there for, Chrus. I want to do that when Vito is able to do it though, which is not just yet. Yeah, and I also, in terms of like old videos of mine, I want to rewatch. There's not really many left. I guess I want to rewatch the trivia, the bad SMG4 wiki trivia video. I want to rewatch that. That sounds like fun. I can't think of anything.
I did.
I can't think of anything else I'd want to rewatch. I think I've rewatched pretty much everything I want to on this channel. Out of my back catalogue of like 200 videos. But yeah, what do you think of like all this old stuff?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting back then.
Yeah, it was really
especially because that's my favorite arc.
Yeah, I mean, the hype was so real. Like, obviously, it motivated me to start YouTube. But yeah, it was like, you know, and it was to the point where I was making videos on the most minor of like updates. Like, oh my god, guys, it's gonna be this long. This video is gonna be this long, guys.
Banner changes.
But yeah, this was such a. I have so many fond memories of this, and like on the Discord server, like talking to everyone.
Yeah, the old server.
Yeah. You know, hopefully this new thing, maybe new Karen arc, maybe that'll be really hype. I mean, I'm liking where it's going. It's like actually an interesting story direction that makes sense based on what they've built up before. So you know, who knows? Don't know when they'll resume it though. Probably not going to be just yet.
Probably after Puzzle Vision. Whatever his next thing is.
Well, I mean, this Karen stuff is obviously going to happen before. The thing is, I think they're gonna like make the Mr. Puzzle stuff a side plot to this arc. I could see that happening. Like it felt like he's going to be involved in the next big story, no matter what. Like he's too popular to not bring back as soon as possible. You know. But obviously they're being a bit sensible. At least he didn't come back like first episode of the year. So,
yeah,
like, they're leaving it for a bit to, you know, actually let some you know, just letting some time pass since his last major appearance, which is good because, you know, 2024 was his year. So I'm excited to see him back though. Like, I really want to see how they someone is going to have to break him out. Like, it's going to be like someone wants him out, and so that's why I'm so convinced he'll be a side antagonist. It's you know, that someone is going to have to help him get out, and so it just makes sense that he wouldn't be the main antagonist because you know, clearly someone else would be pulling the strings. But anyway, that's not the topic of this stream, and I want to do a stream more about this soon, on probably Friday. Anyway, it was fun to talk to you again. Obviously, you know,
yeah.
Obviously, I'd emailed you, and I didn't think you had seen it about joining a stream. But then you did, and you joined my server, and we've had some fun.
Yeah, I didn't see it for about a week.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, we've had some fun. You said you're going to stay in the server, right? Because you talked about leaving it eventually. Yeah. You were just convinced to stay on Discord, I guess, because you left a while back, didn't you?
Yeah. I think it was late 2022.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun to talk to you again, man. We used to talk a lot back on the odd server, and
Yeah.
hopefully you'll be able to join, you know, other streams that I do in the future and stuff. Hopefully the
I
very
don't know how often it'll
yeah,
be, but
hopefully I'll do it so you can at least join one of the Virtus rewatches. That I
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do the whole series, all 18 parts, not in one stream probably, but yeah, I do plan on watching the whole thing again because God, 18 parts, that's so crazy. Like that went on for so long, so drawn out. Should not have. Oh wait, it just I kept expanding on it, man. Anyway, that's a story for a different day. Yeah, probably just gonna end the stream. Still just unbelievable that it's just been 3 years now. Like I was like back in sixth form college. I was year 11, I think. No, year 12. Obviously now I'm in university. That's been so long. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna end the stream. I don't know how to end this. I'm still not good at like these endings.
Alright.
I'm just like bye, lol.